Welcome to the show. Hey yo, it's going down. I thought you should know. Said I would never quit, so now I'm in control. With every move, it's getting bigger. I'm so fly, so cold, baby. Check my stilo, step in the arena. They love me in the scene. I'm coming with the heat. I run it on the lead. I love it when you
Bob Dude 16. Welcome in. I just peeping in chat.
Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. Let's go. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Hey yo, it's going down. I thought you should know. Said I would never quit. So now I'm in control. With every move, it's getting bigger. I'm so fly, so cold, baby. Check my stilo. Step in the arena. They love me in the scene. I'm coming with the heater. I run it. I'm the leader. I love it when you put your hands up. MMA Marks in the building. Turn the fans up. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. MMA Marks in the building. MMA Marks in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Bodies high, afros wild, takes Bodies high, afros wild, TJ swinging, crowd gone wild, MMA marks, fist and smoke, podcast chaos, cough, joke. MMA marks, fists up like the spark. MMA marks, loud, high, tear apart. Bodies high, afros wild, TJ swinging, crowd gone wild, MMA marks, fists and smoke, podcast chaos, cough, joke. Loud, high, tear apart. Buddies high.
What's up, everybody? This is the MMA Marks podcast. I am the MMA Mark himself. I'm a WWE Pro Wrestling Mark turned MMA Mark since the tough days. And if you want a long intro and figure out who we are and where we come from, you got to watch the first couple episodes. We're going to kind of get right into it a little bit more today. And so the last podcast we did a lot of predictions. One of the boldest predictions that I thought was that Hooker was going to end up getting a damn submission, and I said, well, I can't even imagine Hooker going for a submission. And not to steal the spotlight, but I'm going to pass the results. Let them read off the few results that and the few think talking points of last week's. Mr. Aphrodisiac, you got the spotlight.
Yeah, so the last time, well, actually, let me say, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Afro here. So the last time we actually talked with you guys, that was the UFC Fight Night Hooker versus Sarukian. Uh, yeah, man, I tried to make a prediction there that Hooker was gonna sub Sarukian, which if you watch the fight, you'd see many times, 3 or 4 times, Hooker tried to pull the sub attempt, but it ended up being his downfall, in which he lost to sub himself to Armin in round 2. Um, as well as I wanna bring up, if you didn't watch the fights, Ian Gary, won by a 5-round decision against Bilal Muhammad. And
Was it a
if you're a
5-round
fan
fight?
of
Am I crazy?
or was it a 3-round?
I believe it was a 3-round. That wasn't a 5-round fight, I don't think.
No, it was a
TJ?
3-rounder, co-main event.
Yeah, co-main, yeah. 3-round decision, against Bilal Muhammad. And if you're a fan of the heavyweight division and was watching, Waldo Cortez Acosta, he won by round 1 KO against, Shamil Guzavayev, which is, you know, we already know that he's on the way up in the heavyweight division, so, I'm interested in seeing what's happening there.
Yeah. TJ, any takeaways from UFC Fight Night Sarukian versus Hooker?
I think the big one that nobody saw coming, myself included, considering he was my underdog of the night, was Oralby knocking out Hermanson, especially that early and that quick. And what was it, it was less than a minute for sure, like 30 seconds, less than that maybe.
Didn't
Yeah.
see that coming.
I expected Hermanson to put up more of a fight. No, well, I mean, I didn't.
I'm glad
I
you
didn't
brought
see it
this up
coming.
because
Everybody
I
else did,
distinctly
apparently.
remember Afro fucking telling everybody that
Watch out.
I gave him shit last week. I gotta say, I ate my words on a lot of shit I gave Afro last week on this podcast, or 2 weeks ago on this podcast. But I didn't think Orobai was gonna do as well as he did.
Dude, I full on
man.
cut him off and said his pick was shit. I said, no, you're wrong, dude.
Nah, man. I think I can agree here that our picks were back and forth and shit on a lot of these because I did have Hooker by a round 2 sub where you guys did have Armin.
Yeah.
So, fucking, and then I don't know about the Cortez Acosta fight or the Kyoji. I'm not too sure about what I picked for those fights. I think we only really touched on a few of them for real.
And like my main takeaway from that, other than like obviously I love Waldo and he's like my favorite heavyweight right now. But I like any hot prospect in the division that's lacking. But my real main takeaway was actually Tagir, and we were speaking on this before the podcast. But it's like one thing that you guys watching may not know is that Islam actually came out and said he was thinking about throwing in the towel during that fight because Tagir had such a hard weight cut, and he's like, yeah, he's older than me, and he has trouble cutting weight, so I get nervous for him and stuff. And so I mean, yeah, he might be part of that whole camp of of those guys, but he's struggling. Like these guys are weight bullies, and they're struggling. There's some of them are starting to struggle. That's why Islam went up. He sounds like he wants his boy Tagir to go up in weight, you know. So
Yeah.
maybe these Dagestanis are maybe they need to learn a little bit of American wrestling on how to weight cut. They want to be such weight bullies. They need to start learning how the Americans do it. That
Tagir's
tiramisu.
gassed.
I mean, if you think about it, dude, since back in the fucking day when Khabib, he was always missing fights because he would not be able to make weight. He would go to the hospital, and that's why Tony would always say it's tiramisu time, bitches.
And then even when he does perform in fights, man, he's gassing by the second round, and then into the third, it's always like, all right, now it's a fight for your life. Who's gonna? This is a determination. Who's a better warrior out of the two combatants? And it's like, dang, man, like you come from the camp with all the Nurmagomedovs and stuff, bro, and every time it's terrible.
Well, and then what about Waldo calling out like Aspinall, and now Aspinall. I mean, I don't mean to like go into like headlines, but this is all the good talking points right away. But like you think about Aspinall, it's sounding like he's going to be career-ending eye poke. I mean, but the thing is when your foot out the door, you take the first option out. The pressure was getting to him, in my opinion.
At minimum, he's out for at least until the end of next year. He still hasn't been cleared yet or anything from the eye poke from Cyril. Um, and he also said something that he has to go get an injection in his eye now, and we're talking about a double eye surgery.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the severity for real of this? And if it is career ending, like everybody's been downplaying this issue, which I think we recapped a little bit. I'll be honest here. That's actually one of my talking points for the headline.
Yeah.
Because these iPods, man, like what the hell?
Well, I
What's
mean,
going on?
so in my opinion, okay, I'm all for them making the severity of the punishments more for eye pokes and everything, but I really do feel like that the pressure was getting to Aspinall, and this is, even though it's a perfect type of case to really like push the rule and the penalties, if you will. But at the same time, I feel like he's kind of milking this, and he was at the top of the division. It was starting to get to him. The first guy that really gave him a little bit of trouble. Now all of a sudden, he already had a foot out the door anyway. Him and his father kept telling fucking people that they wanted to leave and go to boxing. So it's like, really,
Mhm.
mentally, was he already escaping, or was he already leaving? You know?
I think truthfully, I can also agree that like even in the fight, like he was getting tagged up. But the truth of the matter is, if that eye poke is as severe as it is, regardless of if he wanted to find a way out, you can't milk the situation if it's as severe as it is. Because like God Lee, to get poked in the eye and they tell you that you gotta go get a needle in your eye and then double eye surgery because of the damage, that was like, okay, how bad was that eye poke for real? And we gotta think about it. This is a heavyweight throwing his hand at your face with speed, you know, pretty fast, and it's a heavyweight hand,
Yeah, but
natural heavyweight hand.
okay, think
So damage in an eye is crazy as a heavyweight.
okay, think of it as
So I
like,
just want to
go ahead, TJ.
one thing. So I just want to chip in real quick. When Aspinall released all of his like medical journey documents, or whatever, I was reading through them, and the one thing that stayed consistent, and I'm not one to play into conspiracy and like make up something that maybe not is there, but every doctor has said that it'll continue to be an issue until the patient no longer claims he has double vision and blurry visionness. So the only thing they're going off of is what Tom Aspinall is telling them, because the doctor can't see through his eyes, right? So if
Yeah.
Tom is playing this, all he has to do is keep claiming double vision and keep doing this. How far is he willing to go with that? I don't know. I don't think he's going to go and get double eye surgery to keep playing it off. I think that's probably a thing doctors had told him was a possibility, and he is just like, yeah, see, like this is what could happen if it keeps going down this path. Again, for anybody who's watched the last two podcasts, I've been one saying that these need to change and that Tom, legitimately got eye poked. But it is something that like we're now almost a month out, if not already a month out, and
Yeah.
the only thing is like, the doctors are all saying things look good, everything will get back to normal as long as he can. When he starts to see better, when he claims he can start to see better, that's when he's better. So it's all
So
going off of what Tom is telling the doctors
so he's pretty much
at the
on a
end of
time
the.
at this point of how long are you gonna milk that you got double vision?
Yeah, well,
If
and
that's what he's doing, he could be telling the whole truth.
Yeah.
so for me, the way I'm looking at this is, I take a step back and I look at it like, not as like, as I would normally look at them, almost like superheroes, like, oh yeah, they're big fucking TV fighters, right? Take a step back and just think of it as
Yeah.
like a work environment, right? You always have motherfuckers out there that get injured on the job and then they never return. They do all the surgeries and they keep getting paid and keep it. So I mean, it's not uncommon that that would be a thing. I'm not saying that that's definitely what he's doing, but it just
Mhm.
seems a bit familiar with a lot of coworkers I've had. That like all of a sudden they
Yeah.
get the first little injury they get, who they were already out the door, they were already getting. I'm not saying Aspinall was under suspension, but like maybe they would, the employees that got hurt, they was already in trouble with some shit. Like, I'm just saying that the signs are there. I'm not saying it's for sure. I'm just saying that I happen to believe that he probably is. But so would I. If I was in his position, I would do the same thing. Like, nah, that motherfucker poked my eye. I'll never fight again now because of him. I mean, then
So
again, maybe I wouldn't be like that because I would want to just achieve greatness in his position.
so I to piggyback off of that, and I have a question to follow this. So there were other fighters that were complaining about the eye pokes as well, recently. Um, Bilal Muhammad being one of them, claiming that the eye poke
With him and Leon.
with his with Ian Gary, yeah, apparently played a role in Ian winning the fight in Cater, as well as Henry Cejudo also slammed Dana White and the NSAC and referees as well for eye pokes, and reprimanded that they should be held more accountable for the situation. Lastly, uh, Tom Aspinall. This is funny. Tom Aspinall uh, released his rendition of what should happen now for fouls. He said that If a guy pokes you in the eye, double eye gouges you in the eye, and like it's a foul, the fighter should be allowed to gouge the other fighter back to make it fair. Um, which is stupid. I don't agree with that at all. But my
Considering how
question,
he fucking took the easy way out and immediately was like, I can't see. I'm gone. Like, you weren't ready to
exactly.
Yeah.
gouge his eyes out, too. Would have been different if you were like, let me fight. I can't see.
My question for you guys would be: do you guys notice the similarity between the fighters that are complaining about the eye poke so far? Bilal, Aspinall, Henry. You know, in the fights that they took these losses to the guys to, and that they claim the eye pokes like played the role into their losses.
Yeah, they're all aging fighters who are at the twilight of their career. Maybe not Aspinall so much, but like I said, I believe looking at it the way I look at it, Aspinall, the pressure of being the top guy was getting to him. It's
Okay.
I think you're alluding that it's more of a mental, and I believe so too. But Bilal also was eye poked by Leon Edwards when they fought. So it's like some
Yeah,
of these
that was
guys are really getting a lot of eye pokes. I think the only opinion that
And that's the
matters is what
thing.
Bisbing says. He's the one that lost the fucking eye to this shit.
oh yeah, okay.
I think the three guys that are coming out and talking about it, well, we'll take Tom out because it's only happened once to him, and it's just the stage that he was on when it happened. But Henry and Bilal both have suffered from pretty bad eye pokes in more than one fight, and I think in every fight that's happened to them, they didn't win. Maybe Henry with one of them, but it wasn't even that bad of an eye poke. So I think it's just a group of people who you said like they're the ones that are more commonly getting eye poked, which could even come into question the style of fighting that they're doing because Bilal and Henry kind of have a similar. Henry's a lot faster, but that like wrestling base, and they have the strikes there, but it's more of a wrestling base, so the hands are a little bit lower type shit.
The clash.
So maybe it's their own fault. Yeah, maybe it's their own fault. I'm not saying it is, but there could be something there.
I got to comment on that. Two things. First of all, Henry Cejudo is one of the dirtier fighters in that fucking division. Probably the dirtiest fighter in that division now that fucking TJ Dillashaw's out of there. Secondly, you compared Bilal and fucking Henry Cejudo, much different striking styles, probably different grappling styles, really.
Yeah.
I think that Bilal, to compare Bilal to Henry is like comparing Strickland to Jones. It's like, no, not even close, bro. Bilal is trash compared to Cejudo, in my opinion.
Well, I agree. I think Bilal is stronger when he's using his grappling. I think
Can we
Bilal
call him
has stronger
Belong from
grappling.
now on? Belong
But the main comparison I
Muhammad.
was having is the main comparison was that they both have that wrestling base to where their hands are lower in a natural guard. Like even when Bilal had his Canelo hands, his guard was still low, so it's leaving those eyes wide open. Whereas that's the difference with Tom.
I
Tom
still
is like that
disagree with
long
Henry
distance.
Cejudo's stance. He's got like an upright karate stance. I guess that is for eye pokes, but his hands is like right there, bro. Maybe sometimes it's low, but it's. I think he's got a pretty ready stance or a fight ready stance. Cejudo.
At
I
the
think
start of the fight and at the start of rounds, yeah. But once
I
he gets
think
comfortable and in there, his hands come down.
His head goes down, but his hands are right there with it. He drops
Yeah.
his head a lot. That's what it is. And that's why he's a dirty son of a bitch, because that's part of it. It's part of sneaking in headbutts, by the way.
Yeah.
And fucking what's his name? The ref. He was on cigarettes and alcohol that night.
Keith Peterson.
Yeah. Fucking
Ego's
bastard.
empty Peterson.
So what's another headline you guys got?
A big one. Well, a big one to the people who care. Dylan Dennis was supposed to fight Anthony Taylor, I believe, for an MMA belt in like the Misfits promotion and their MMA kind of subsection. Dylan was pulled from the fight because doctors were refusing to clear him after the brawl that happened at UFC 322 between Islam's team and Dylan. So with that brawl, Dylan's been banned from the UFC. He's never going to fight there. He's not at any events. And the one fight he did have coming up that was going to be a little bit of money in his pocket and probably another win, he just got pulled from because the doctors refused to say he's medically cleared to go. They didn't say what was wrong with him. Nobody's released any information on what was wrong with him, why he couldn't be medically cleared. So I'm assuming there's probably some outside pressure from sanctions and promotions and stuff like that to, keep him away for a little bit. But still, him pulling out now, I think Taylor's fighting some random dude that nobody's ever heard of for this what's supposed to be this big belt that they're advertising. It's like the influencer belt. All of the big influencer fighters are going to come and want to fight for this. The Tony Fergusons, the Dylan Dennises, stuff like that. So, yeah, he kind of screwed over himself and the promotion a little bit by doing what he did.
He's rooting against Dylan.
Well, the way I interpret that is honestly that this is probably the best option for somebody in Dylan Dennis's position, because him beating this fucking no name fucking guy who no one gives a shit for a title that no one gives a shit about is nothing. We wouldn't even have talked about it. We would have been like, okay, maybe we would have been like talking about it off stream, like, hey, maybe Dylan Dennis is fighting this weekend. Now we're talking about it on stream because it got canceled. So it getting canceled actually did more for his name than anything. Because now he doesn't have to fight, and he already won it. Because everybody's like, oh yeah, it would have been a belt, he would have won anyway. Whatever.
Yeah.
So like, it just makes people want to see us fight more next time.
Anthony Taylor is very well, quote unquote, respected by the people who like that stuff. He was one of Jake Paul's main sparring partners for, I think, up until after the Silva fight. Jake Paul said he was the only one that he would bring in that actually gave him a challenge and like was anything like that. He's been around that scene since pretty much the start of it all, and I think he's undefeated. He might have lost once, like way back. So to people who care about that shit, he's like the guy. So that's why everybody was excited. But you're not wrong. Like, I would have probably watched the highlights of that fight and then forgot about it 10 minutes later.
Yeah. Just like every fight of his.
Yeah.
So, like from my headlines, I mean, I haven't really been paying attention to too much like drama, but like, I don't think I've already said this, but this is going to be Merab's fourth title defense this year, which is insane. That's like history in the making. Like no one's done that. Four title defenses in 1 year. I mean, if Merab does that, that's history. That's all he has to do tomorrow night is defend it.
Highly impressive, man.
Yeah,
well, even the names he's gone against is like they're not nobodies. Umar, O'Malley, Peter tomorrow.
Yeah, like, are we underappreciating his legacy as it's happening in front of us because of the state of MMA? We're kind of downplaying it, but like he's really doing shit.
I think know the real, bro. I think we are all understanding, like, for Merab, this is everything. And everything he was saying at the press conference and the presser the other day, I agree. He wants to stay in the division. He's not looking past his opponent. He's not looking to go up or go down. He's a company man for real. He'll accept whatever you present to him, and he'll display what we see every time.
Yeah.
Pure dominance.
It's a good point about like, so let's take Merab's record and what he's been doing and put that onto someone else. If that was Habib, if that was Pereira, if that was even Ankalaev, I would say at this point, doing what he's doing 4 times in 1 year, there would be crazy promotion. There would be, he'd be the star of the UFC. He's the champion, fighting 4 times and dominating all of these number 1 challengers. But for some reason, they're not hyping him up. They're not doing these crazy world tours like they did with Conor back in the day. They're not doing like he has not to mention he has a star power ability. He's fun to watch. Afra brought up the press conference, and I think you have a few clips from it. I can't remember exactly, but there was a lot of funny moments from that press conference where it's just Merab either being oblivious or purposely being funny. It doesn't matter. He's got star power. He's got the fighting power. Why aren't they selling him to us better?
So
exactly.
Well, here's the thing: is it
Like, but
is
if you
it the
didn't mention it
UFC
before the
not
podcast,
pushing it, or is it the people don't give a fuck because they're smaller guys? I really don't know. I don't know if it's the majority of people that watch fights don't care about the smaller guys, or is it literally the UFC literally just doesn't promote them?
I think they don't promote them honestly as much as they should. Or
I'm with that, bro.
yeah, I just don't think they promote them because, like, as a fan, if you like MMA, how can't you like the smaller guys? That's where you see the cool shit at. The smaller, lighter weight classes is like, yeah, you're not getting all the heavyweight knockouts and shit that you get
Well,
in the heavier weight classes. And then in some of the like lightweight, middleweight, of course, you're getting speed and technique, like Anderson Silva and shit, where you can see skill and knockout potential. Where in the lighter weight classes, you're seeing like pure technique most of the time. Even if they go 5 rounds, these motherfuckers are spinning like Beyblades at each other. And as a pure MMA fan, how can't you find that exciting?
so the
Yeah, I think that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so this whole idea, or conspiracy, however you want to say this whole like debate, um of if it's UFC's fault for not promoting, or if it's the fighter for not really being exciting enough, or whatever. Like, where do you guys fall with Demetrius Johnson and the UFC? Was it the UFC? Was it Johnson? Was it both? I kind of feel it was both. Johnson was kind of boring as shit with how he presented himself to the media. UFC didn't give a shit about him, but then again, like, that's their biggest star of those smaller weight classes. Does that make them reluctant to even put money into promotion? Maybe
I
like,
think so.
okay.
The main difference. There's a few main differences between DJ and Marab. Let's look at Marab. He's got an amazing social media platform. DJ did not have that until after he retired and went to one.
Yeah.
Um, Marab has insane cardio. He's constantly pushing the pace. This man shot. He has the record for most takedown attempts in a fight, the record for most takedowns in a fight, the record for most takedowns in the UFC. And he's not just taking them. Well, sometimes he's taking them down and holding them there, but he's always looking to do damage from either top or bottom. Rarely on bottom. DJ was the perfect fighter. DJ is the GOAT. No matter who he went up against, you knew DJ was probably going to win that fight. And even the couple of fights he lost in the UFC were like, it could have went his way. The Henry Cejudo one comes to mind.
So I think if anything, you just basically agreed with Buddy there, saying like because what Buddy said is that he thinks that it's both, where it was the UFC not promoting him, and then as well DJ being boring, where that's
Yeah,
what you're saying, that DJ was too boring. He was too perfect. He was technically sound. So like he would negate you and hard negate you. But that's where I disagree actually with you on that, because I do think DJ's fights were actually exciting and all of that. But his media presence, I that's where I agree with you on.
Yeah,
He
that's what
sucked.
yeah,
He
I
never put
wasn't talking
himself
about his
out
fights
there.
when I was saying boring for me.
I'm
yeah.
talking about
Yeah,
TJ was like in the difference between Marab is being exciting, where DJ was exciting in his fights. It's just that he wasn't exciting on social media, where Marab what is exciting. He has the social media presence. He's able to get. He's also got the other thing going for him, where he's a foreign UFC fighter becoming an American. So you know how that kind of works.
Mhm.
With the so he's got that going for him. He's got so much personality wise going for him more than what DJ had to offer during his UFC run. Both are exciting fighters. But that's where, buddy, yes, you're right. DJ was boring social media wise, not putting himself out there, and thus UFC was also not promoting him. But here's where they're screwing up, where Marab has the social media presence. Marab is a very likable champion. His fights are exciting nonetheless, and they are not promoting this man.
yeah. I mean, just to prove your point, this fight is the end of the year card. It's got two championship matches. and I haven't seen much promotion at all, really. I mean, I know they got the press conference, this and that and the other, but it's just not the same. It's not like I'm seeing advertisements like you would see if it was a Jones fight. It's like, why not try to put a little bit more money into every champion instead of just
Now,
banking off of one or two?
mark my words. Watch the promotions during the White House card.
Bro,
Well,
you
that's where
already
all the
know.
money's going.
Not only are they going to be promoting it, but I guarantee other people are going to be promoting it because everybody's going to want to jump on that bandwagon. Monster's probably going to be doing something huge. They're already like part of the UFC in a way. You know, like all their sponsors are probably going to be a big part of advertising for that. Like I brought Monster up because it was the first thing I thought of that I seen sponsor in UFC. But I can imagine a Monster Energy drink commercial pairing with a UFC fighter and maybe even like a parody of Donald Trump or whatever. You know, a commercial that we'll see all kinds of crazy shit. I think for that fight, it's gonna. I truly believe that you know, since you brought it up, I truly believe that's gonna be the biggest and most watched sports event of all time. I think that it's going to be
I don't think
literally
you're wrong.
the biggest ever. I think everyone in the world is going to be watching that, other than like our mothers and shit like that. But anybody who's really keeping up and up with what's going on in the world today, any sports fan of any type is probably going to end up watching that fight.
Exactly.
But not
I just
tomorrow's
want
card.
to.
Tomorrow's card is going to be the hardcores watching, and that's probably it.
Man, that's
And it's weird because
sad.
what we were talking about before the podcast, and we will tell you guys, this fight is not, it's not one to miss. I mean, you don't want to miss this shit. Every fight is potential for fucking finishes, for fucking implications of different things after each fight. You know, it's a lot of good. It's an end of the year card. They did it right.
It's a very underrated card. If you're tuning into our podcast, and I got to tell you from my mouth to your ears, this card from start, from the early prelims to the prelims to the main card, you're not going to want to miss it.
I'm not so hot on the
I
first fight, by the way, but I know Afro is. Afro likes that first fighter. What's his name? The dude you said not to jump right in that, but I just was trying to remember his name.
Yeah, Myron Santos is who you're thinking of.
Yeah, I probably got
Yeah.
him winning, but I would miss that fight if I had something to do.
gotta take Tucker out.
So, did we miss any headlines or anything? Is there any other headlines you guys wanted to discuss on or bring up to the people?
I got a
I
few
want
that I
to.
can just put there. But
Okay,
TJ, go
because
ahead.
I know we kind of drifted off, started talking all kinds of crazy shit. So yeah, go ahead, guys.
I do want to go back to the Marab and DJ thing because I didn't make my stance clear. I don't blame the UFC for not promoting DJ. I blame DJ 100%. But I feel the exact opposite way towards Marab. I think it's fully DJ's fault he wasn't promoted. I think he didn't give anything. I don't think he gave the UFC anything to promote besides being the GOAT. Whereas Marab, he's fun. Like I said, everything I said before. Marab's giving them everything they need, and they're not doing it. And I think that's just a deeper thing with beef with Aljo and everything that happened behind, like way back. I think they're just fucking over Marab.
Well, it's
But
like
yeah.
And then okay, so what you're getting into is like it's kind of weird to think about, but it's like the PR team of UFC, the promotion team. It's like the fighters who are controversial and assholes, they're rewarded with more promotion. So it's like it's a weird world or a weird position to be in if you're a fighter and you're a good guy, like a genuine good guy, because it's like, do I gotta throw a fucking dolly through a bus windshield to get promotion here?
Your mom every name in the book. Like it, it's really ridiculous, for real.
Yeah. So
So,
what
the
else
few,
in the headlines, boys?
so I'll just go over them quick. You know, I got so Sean Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez. If you guys were seeing, there was some shit going around in the media saying like this fight was going to happen in Australia for a February card of next year. Well, Sean Strickland posted an update, first of all, announcing that there's 8 weeks left in his suspension. But as well as he's not going to do the Australian card due to their healthcare system being shit and not wanting to pay from his purse from any possible injuries for the fight. So he wants to keep the fights that he does on American soil, so he can handle that healthcare cost if there's anything that happens. As well as January 10th, Real American Freestyle, baby. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I enjoy when this motherfucker comes out every time. We got Colby Covington versus Luke Rockhold. So I'll be very interested in seeing Colby Covington come back. I know it's funny because he's not going to compete in the MMA world and probably never will again. But the amount of shit talk that I'm expecting for this since that was announced, I'm waiting for it. Um, as well as if you were interested in the Rose Namajunas fight that was also being booked for the January card of next year. It was originally Alexa Grasso versus Rose Namajunas, but Alexa ended up pulling out so far for unknown reasons. That opponent has been replaced by Natalia Silva. So if you're a Rose Namajunas fan, keep an eye out for that January card. Uh, I'm waiting for her. I think that's a good fight for her. For real. I think she'll take that.
Hmm.
That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
I got for the headlines for myself.
Yeah, Natalia Silva, she's a decent prospect, man. I mean, it's kind of like I look at it like Rose versus Natalia is kind of how I see Henry versus Talbot. It's like a young prospect who probably don't deserve the fight, but possibly can win.
Yeah,
You know, it's like I don't know. It just they feel similar,
but I'm a
and
Rose fan.
yeah, I'm rooting for Rose in that one too.
Hell yeah.
So another headline that I heard earlier from I believe Afro was telling me this because I missed the press conferences and stuff, but I just wanted to bring it up because it's interesting to me. Um, shit, what's her name? The judo chick talking shit on Ronda.
Oh yeah, Kayla.
Kayla
During
Harrison
the
had some
yeah,
words about Ronda. Who
Yeah,
wants to tell that
easy.
one? Who was that? TJ or Afro?
I think TJ must have told you because I don't think I brought that up. So go ahead, TJ.
Okay, I thought I heard Afro say it. My bad. I mistaked.
during the kind of Q1 2026 press conference the UFC does every few months, they had all of the big fights for the next couple of months for the January 24th and January week after card. So Kayla and Amanda were up there, and a journalist had asked Kayla, Amanda has fought a judo medalist, Olympic medalist in the UFC, and it was a complete masterclass on Amanda's part. Like, how do you think you'll fare? Well, Kayla's response was, well, for one, Ronda was a bronze medal winner, not a gold medal winner. And she also said that the only comparison between Ronda and herself that can be made is that they both participate in judo and that they are both blonde. She pretty much went on to say that her and Ronda are nothing alike in character. They don't fight the same. They're not like they're completely different people. Pretty much trashing on Ronda, and I'm assuming it's probably from how much Ronda has been in the news recently. That Kayla's got a pretty strong opinion. But it was fun to see. It was fun to watch because she kind of said how everybody feels. Like, just screw that bitch.
Yeah.
Afro, did you want to speak on this before I go to fuck off?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm the hero of the week.
No, let me go to fuck off about
Yeah.
this real quick. Just real quick. I just want to
Oh,
say
yeah, go
this.
ahead.
I don't think Kayla's afraid of Ronda, but
No.
be careful saying what you're saying. Be willing to accept the fight no matter how ridiculous it is. Because if you're gonna say such disrespectful things to a former champ, a former judo, even though it's bronze medal, it's still disrespectful in this, But long story short, be ready to accept a fight with somebody that you supposedly talk so shitty on. And I don't think it would be Ronda whipping her ass, but I definitely don't think that she would be doing Ronda as easily as she thinks she will.
Okay, so I wasn't gonna talk about it. I was waiting. I was gonna wait for us to go to Hero, but now I gotta step in because, like, nah, that's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Ronda is a fucking. Kayla Harrison does not need to waste her time on her. Nobody needs to waste time on Ronda for real. Stop
That,
giving her the spotlight. Ronda Rousey
that
sucks,
then why say
and that's
anything? Then why go that hard on her if you're not gonna fight her? You
because the media. I mean, because she. What the fuck? Like, no. You asked
Two,
Ask me, easy money. It's just like she said, fucking Rhonda, cool. She got her achievements. Great. Fantastic. Personality wise, they're not the same. I 100% I'll hang out with Kayla over Rhonda any day of the week. Like, just what I seen from Rhonda's person, fuck that. Keep her away from me. She can stay over there. I'm good if I never meet Ronda Rousey in my life. Yeah, I am 100% okay. It'd be pretty cool to meet Kayla. I mean, she's buff. She's buff as shit. Like, hey, what the fuck do you do, dude? Because you are the female Michael Chandler, in my opinion. Like, y-
yeah, she big.
she pretty thick, and even when she's in them jeans, she's kind of thick.
I like how
So I
you're
mean,
talking shit on Ronda's personality, and then you talk to talk up Kayla. You talk about her physique.
but I mean, just her interviews in general.
If you want to know about Kayla's personality, she's a nice family woman, a good Christian woman, but I also think
Listen,
that people that have that's good of a fucking
if you
persona, they probably have demons, bro.
if you're a casual, and I gotta explain like the difference of how like Rhonda has presented herself so far in media presence to how Kayla's presented herself in media presence, then like go do your research for yourself. I'm not gonna help you do that. Ronda Rousey so far in social media, shitty lady. Kayla Harrison so far in social media presence, nice lady. So I'm okay with nice lady Kayla Harrison. What Ronda Rousey has been saying and how she's been displaying herself in her previous fights, fucking Amanda Nunes and Holly Holmes. Like, are you kidding me? You think there would be you just okay? So you said there wouldn't be a chance, but to be prepared for you to face your, N- she is not scared of Ronda. Like, at not one bit.
No,
Nor
no.
do
I
I
mean,
think
I meant if you're gonna go in and give her the time to say what you say, you should be willing to let her step in there with you. It's the world they live in. Don't
if
go
an
so hard.
interviewer,
Don't go so hard
if an
now.
interviewer Okay, so let's try to put it into a perspective that fits for us. So if dang, I'm trying to see who is someone you don't like?
Well, how about I'll put it to you this way? This is the way I see it, just to explain my perspective. It's like Sean O'Malley, or fine. It would be like Sean Strickland talking shit to Marab or talking shit on Marab. It's like it's pointless because
Um,
they can never step in there.
I
Now you
don't
get
think
me?
so. No, because
It,
that's a
it,
whole different weight class and shit like that.
That's
Like
how I
that's
see it. I see it as that okay, she's not a fighter anymore. So you better be willing to accept it if she's like, I want you to eat your words because she is a fighter and you are in the same weight
no.
class. I'm just
The
saying be willing to
interviewer is like,
accept the fight if you're gonna go that hard.
that's the
I,
only thing I'll agree on you with what you said, to be honest. But that's only because, for one, I think if that fight gets thrown across the desk, it's gonna do huge numbers. So I think it benefits Kayla immensely when she fucking dominates Ronda. But two, Ronda's been a name that's been in Kayla's mouth for longer than just tonight. Tonight it was an interview that prompted that response from her. But Kayla's been talking a lot, maybe not most recently, but in the past about how she wants to get that shot at Ronda because people try to compare them. She doesn't like being compared to Ronda because she believes she's so much better. So I agree with Buddy. If the offer comes on the table, Ronda versus Kayla at the White House, winner takes all. That's a fight that Kayla's got to take,
when is
especially with
the
the talk that she does.
when is the Amanda and Harrison fight?
January
Is that a
24th.
okay? So there's a bit of time. Man, I don't like
And
it.
Ronda's been talking about possibly coming back. So like it's not far out of the waywards if Ronda does get back in that testing pool soon and Kayla beats Amanda.
I think Kayla should be
But I
the
think
heavy
that
favorite, but I swear, like out of all the like, if you think about all the different things, it's like would probably do a lot better than a lot of other people have, considering that her
I
forte
agree only because of the
is
judo.
yeah, they're the same. Even though she says she's very different, it's like, and she's only a bronze medal. It's like, okay, well, your forte is the same as hers. So like, where you're usually having the easier time, you're gonna have a hard fucking fight in that area.
I think that
A
boxing
harder
will be.
time for sure.
I
And
think.
that's the thing.
Nah, man, that blitz is gonna be it. That simple
Mm-hmm.
blitz with the boxing is gonna be it. I don't see any like the same argument you're saying about Kayla and Ronda is the same argument that could be made previous before Ronda and Amanda, Ronda and Holly is like, oh yeah, you got to watch out for the ground game. Guess what? They didn't even have to watch out for it. They negated the grappling and then they beat her the fuck up. So to think that Kayla Harrison can't do that, I and then everyone knows that solid wrestling negates a lot of like bottom grappling as long as you know what you're doing. Kayla's no slouch in the grappling, nor is she a slouch in the wrestling. I don't think Ronda's ground game would even present a threat, nor the sheer strength that Kayla presents. It's not even a fight that I'm interested in. I'm sure maybe other people would be interested in it. Uh,
No, I mean,
I wouldn't even.
I guess the point got away from what I was saying. Like where TJ was saying he agreed with me. That was the main point I was trying to make. I ain't trying to sell the fight. I'm just saying, hey, you if you're a fighter talking on another fighter, I hope you're willing to accept the contract when it does come to you, even if it doesn't make sense. It's like you kind of conjured that yourself by talking so much shit on the person. Now it's an interesting fight for some people. That's all I was
You
trying
might
to
not
I
be
say.
mean,
trying to sell it.
yeah,
I
yeah, no,
promise you, if that fight gets made, I'm selling the fuck out of that fight, dude.
I agree with that aspect, but was the question presented to her that Ronda Rousey said this?
I don't think Ronda
Uh,
Rousey said anything.
yeah,
No,
it was just that it was a
I'm saying,
comparison. The question,
did the interviewer ask Kayla about Ronda in general? That's what the interviewer asked her, something about Ronda?
not directly, he said that Amanda has faced other Olympic judo medalists in the past. He didn't even say Ronda's name. Caleb was the one that said Ronda's name first, technically, but the question was, it was more or less, how do you think you would do compared to how she did against her? But he didn't say Ronda. He just kind of said, how do you think you'll do against someone like Amanda who's fought someone with a judo background?
Yeah,
And then
so
Kayla was
who
like, well, I'm nothing like her.
is there any so now this is the thing. Is there anybody with a judo background? Anybody else other than Ronda?
Not an Olympic medal background.
Okay. So like like you got reading between the lines, it's
Yeah.
immediately pointing to Ronda for real, right?
I don't think the question was taken the way he wanted it to be, but I think the opportunity for it to be taken that way was definitely there, and she took it.
Okay.
Like it
So
was, yeah,
if there was that confusion where like if she's the only judo Olympic medalist that Amanda's faced and he said it that way where then she could interpret it or someone could interpret it that you're talking about Ronda because she's the only person, then like I could see how she could talk shit on her. Is where my point is, I guess, in this is like because he brought her up to her. And if you bring her up to her, then that's like me asking, how do you feel about Martial Mind, buddy?
Yeah,
For
but
those that
okay, so okay, definitely that's a great point on my and for me actually, but that's a whole nother story. let's just get
Exactly.
into this. The more we talk about this, the more I analyze, the more weak-minded it seems of Kayla, because Kayla wasn't really being asked about Ronda. She was asking about how she fares against um her next opponent, and was saying, considering she's fought somebody with a similar past, and then she made it all about that person instead of making it about her
So,
opponent and how she fares, instead of keeping the
adverse free a little bit. I can see that.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can see that.
it's
Well, and that's the
kind of
thing.
weird.
Kayla's
It's
been
kind of
talking
weird.
about Ronda.
I guess
I think
that's
because
the
Ronda did it first.
go
I
ahead.
think because Ronda, the way that came in and was dominant and got the star power she did, I think Kayla's got a little bit of envy, just like because Kayla believes she's better than Ronda. Borderline knows she's better than Ronda, and now she is kind of growing into that star of herself. But to see Ronda go and become the superstar that Ronda became, and Kayla's not there yet, but she feels she's done more than Ronda. I think Kayla is just envious and a little bit jealous of what Ronda accomplished when Kayla's better. Kind of like
Yeah.
she doesn't believe she got what she deserved type thing. She feels like she's owed more.
Yeah.
So since we'll be on that topic forever, I do have one more headline actually for myself that's fast here. Oh, or no, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
You sure you don't want to get into it? We can get into it.
Yeah, no, because it's more so my hero. One of
All
my
right.
heroes.
Well, then
Uh,
then tell us, who's your hero of the week? Let's get into it.
So I got multiple heroes actually.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I got no assholes this week. They're all heroes. I didn't find anything really negative about anybody. Um, so this one, first one, Patty the Batty, Patty Pimblett, man. Uh, he got KO'd in a charity fight exhibition boxing match last weekend, and of course it was it's a charity event with an opponent with disabilities and everything. He got KO'd. That boy put him out cold, man. Patty was sleeping. I don't even think he got back up for a minute. So kudos to that kid. Um, Patty the Batty, you're the man. I appreciate you. Um, let's see, who else do I have?
Well, I'll
I
comment on that real quick. I know a few fighters have done that. Diego Sanchez being one of them. You know, it's always cool to see fighters go out and like let either mentally challenged or physically disabled people have a little moment, their little 5 minutes, 15 minutes of fame, however you want to call that. And they're not doing it for the fucking publicity, because really I don't know, like I know that you guys have went to and attended like shows like that, but it's like they know that for that person it's for the crowd that's there. They want to hear the crowd
I
that's
mean,
there. That's their light. That's making their night, man. They don't even think about the likes they're gonna get online. They care about everybody, the crowd cheering them that night. So I mean, it's really cool that
yeah,
they make that special moment for people that are whatever you would call that, less fortunate than the rest of us, less able than the
Yeah.
rest of us.
yes, sir. So my next hero happens to be Bogdan Guskov. So if you didn't watch the pre-presser, man, he came in stylish as shit, man. He hit me right in my little nerd heart. He dressed up as Agent 47 from the Hitman series. You know, the black suit, white shirt, red tie with leather gloves, all of that. Uh, I appreciate that for my nerdism. Loved it. He even said something in the presser saying like does this for the entertainment of the fans and everything, which is cool that he knows that you got to do something entertaining for yourself, as well as stylistically. Man, I like the style. Um, he's on I believe a 2 to 3 fight win streak right now. He's going against Jan Blachowicz tomorrow on 323. So his last win of a high caliber opponent, I feel like, was Ryan Spann. That was either April or July last year, um, or this year. I think it was last year. Yeah. Um, but stylistically, he's awesome. So, he, yeah, man, just dressing up as Agent 47, his personality, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
see.
TJ, did you want to comment on that at all, real quick, before I do? While he's getting
Uh,
no.
I just thought it was sick. I saw the I didn't watch the press conference, but I saw the face off afterwards, and he's walking up. He's got the one glove on, exactly like Agent 47. I didn't see if he had the barcode or not, but if he did, that'd be fucking sick. He was in character. You could tell that he was in character. He knew who he was, but he was playing that like, I'm gonna take you out from a way that you're not gonna see coming.
Yeah.
Like it was cool. It was really cool.
And I just want to say, we all compare him and say like, "Oh, that's Anthony Smith," but like at this point, Anthony Smith, who? You know, it's like you're becoming your own fucking person, your own personality. You kind of had that stipulation as being the guy that looked like the guy, but now it's like, who the fuck is Anthony Smith at this point? You're your own fucking person. You got this cool personality coming in as Agent 47. I'm fucking excited, man. I'm rooting for him, but I love Jan Bohovic.
Okay. No, I feel that. So my next hero happens to be the man himself, the one the card's built around, Marab. Uh, man, he is a funny dude. He is so funny, man. So there was a moment in the pre-presser where Marab invited Peter Yan out to his jacuzzi, and he wanted to have jacuzzi time with Peter. And Peter questioned this man sexuality pretty much, was just like, where are any of the girls at when anytime I see you in a jacuzzi, it's all guys, it's all guys. The moment is when you see the look on Marab's face. It's just pure confusion of blissfulness, as if he's confused, like completely, like honestly confused. Like, what is this man talking about? Like, I just want you to come chill in a jacuzzi. Like, you chill out with your teammates in a jacuzzi, and like your partner's in a jacuzzi. Like, what's wrong? So,
Why are
like,
you
his
leaving
pure
out, brother? It's
his,
fucking
his
hilarious.
sense, man, is just it's noteworthy. His character,
Yeah.
his champion overall mindset, just everything, man. So he's really someone that, as a fighter, as a person, as an individual, that you can really look up to.
And just in case you guys are questioning his sexuality, and when I say you guys, I mean the listeners, the watchers, the viewers. Uh, I know I personally seen that motherfucker with women and videos and stuff, holding two women at once. You know, it's
Yep.
like he doesn't seem like a gay guy or whatever. But I mean, I guess even if he is, who cares? But he doesn't present himself like that.
No,
Yeah.
no. And then, lastly, before I pass it off to my man TJ, um, I have Henry Cejudo, man. Henry Cejudo is my last hero of the week. Henry did some pretty cool stuff at the pre-presser. Um, the main thing that I took away with it is that he tried to reconnect a relationship with, I didn't know, his longtime friend, Brandon Moreno. He said that they had a friendship and of course a fallout, and they're a friend like 9 years ago and stuff. And due to it seemed like team change potentially or whatever it was. Um,
There was a snake in the
that's
grass.
Yeah, there was some sort of fallout of some sort. And at the presser, he tried, he came up, he was sitting next to Brandon Moreno. So had a lot of talking and conversating. And, most of the dialogue was in Spanish, but, or whatever, it could be Cuban, Portuguese. Um, I'm not too familiar. I'm pretty sure it's Spanish. He's Mexican. Um, but he basically told everybody that he was trying to reconnect. I will say it did make Brandon Moreno feel quite awkward, because they're having this personal moment. So a lot of it was Brandon Moreno being appreciative of Henry Cejudo approaching him the way that he did, but just wanting to continue a deeper conversation backstage. So I do appreciate Henry Cejudo just being a man, I guess, about the situation, and trying to reconnect that friendship that he potentially had.
Hell yeah. I actually have Henry as well for my hero of the week, but for different reasons. Henry, so he's been doing media a lot this week. He did the press conference, and throughout the media, he was asked the question, where do you see your career going after this? And he didn't try to dance around the subject. He didn't try to, maybe if, ands, buts. After this fight, he is retired, and he is willing to accept that he is at a point in his career where he knows he can't keep up anymore. Well, he's going to see if he can't keep up anymore, but I think he kind of feels like he's not able to keep up anymore. He's respecting the competition. He's not going to keep his name in the rankings, so that 16 guy is not going to be 15. He did say, I believe at the press conference after, was saying that he would be willing to fight Moreno if it comes down to it. Or did I read that wrong? Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
there is that fight there that would keep his 1 foot in. But if that fight doesn't come together, then he's done. He's out.
Yep.
And I think that's
fight
a
that-
respectable thing to do.
And then for me, for my hero of the week, I'll give you two. I originally just had Marab. I guess all three of us have Marab as a hero. I mean, how can you not? But my main reason for hero of the week is that he's a fighting champion, man. He's not a champion that all of a sudden gets divorced and relinquishes. He's literally chasing historical things like defending your title in four times in a year. But a little bonus one, I'll say I think Peyton Talbot, I'll put him as a hero of the week as well for taking this fight, coming ready, unlike a few fighters that didn't come ready with their weight and this and that and the other. And to me, I mean, some people might see this differently, but to me, this is a huge step up in competition for somebody like Peyton. And he's fighting a Olympic gold medalist, a fucking a UFC vet, an MMA vet at this point. Henry Cejudo's fought the who's who of the weight class, the legends of the weight class. He himself is in some ways a legend. I mean, his career's kind of been on a downhill. He's whatever, but I got to give Peyton Talbot a hero nod for just taking this fight and coming ready, because this is his moment. This fight's not about Henry Cejudo, in my opinion. This fight's about Talbot, and if you can get through him, especially for the fact that he's saying he's going to retire no matter what, that's already saying, hey, I'm going to lose to this kid, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Kind of how
that
I
he's
took
the
it.
can lose to him. He
Yeah.
chose
Mhm.
him comfortably. Like, okay, man, I can pass the torch comfortably to you, or if you're slipping, I can take it.
Well, one more bonus hero before we get into asshole of the week. Vittori for taking this fight at this point with his losing streak, whatever you want to call that, and then he's gonna have his opponent come in heavy. That's
Mhm.
I would be in his position way more greedy and tell them I'm not accepting the fight. Get a new opponent that can make weight. But so I also say, like, hey, you're a hero for taking that fight. It's probably not gonna go in your favor, but you're a hero.
Um, so before we go into the asshole, then, do you want to give a head nod to Muhammad Naimov? Because if I'm correct, TJ, that you're telling me Myron Santos also came in overweight.
Yeah, he came in. So Bruno missed by 3.5 pounds. So it's not even like Vittori's taking like a half-pound disadvantage, a full almost 4 pounds. And then Myron missed by 1.5 pounds, which is a full pound more than he missed last year during the Ultimate Fighter finale. So he's been someone who's been iffy on the scales, to a point where last year, actually, I forgot to mention this earlier, he said that he was going to try and make changes in his day-to-day life to get his weight under control because he felt like it was such a problem. Well, apparently it's gotten worse. Yeah.
Dang. So, hero head nod to Muhammad Naimov.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different because the other guy isn't fucking Vittori who's on his way out the door. This was supposed to be either it's like really Vittori. This is like a gatekeeper / retirement party for him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like of all people that shouldn't take the fight, he shouldn't have fought this fight.
No, he shouldn't have, man. Vittori, like, for real, hats off to Vittori because that shit's gonna be crazy.
So sounds like you guys got a couple assholes, or do you not? I remember one of you guys said you don't have an asshole, right?
Yeah, I don't really have an asshole unless you count like the NSAC referee and Dana White's for not fucking figuring out the eye poke situation shit. Just fix that shit, motherfuckers. I'm tired of losing good fights to fucking eye poke.
Okay,
So annoying.
I'll take that. Yeah, get on with it. Like make a rule and make it official.
Stop bullshitting. I'll keep it
Yep.
simple. There you go, assholes. Boom.
PJ,
I have one asshole of the week, but I do want to touch on the referee thing just because I did go on the rant. Since that podcast, there has been an official meeting. There has been a overall understanding, but then we've seen 2 fight cards since then where nothing has come into action. So who is part of that meeting? Who has agreed to the new rule set? And why aren't they the only ones reffing these fights? That's my touch basis on that. My a-hole of the week, the WBC. I'm going away from MMA. I know we got a big UFC card, but I feel like I have to talk about this. For anybody who doesn't know, just as a baseline understanding, with MMA, the sanctioning body of the fight is usually the state athletic commission. So the NSAC, California State, New York State, stuff like that. With boxing, they still have to go through and get approval from those kind of laneways, but the sanctioning is actually coming from almost a promotion on a bigger scale. So there's WBC, IBF, WBO, stuff like that. They all have their own list of rankings. They all have their own list of like credibility sources and stuff like that. WBC stripped that belt because they didn't. Terrence Crawford did not pay a $300,000 promotional fee. Now, to break that down a little bit, that pretty much means that Terrence Crawford didn't pay $300,000 for him to hold their belt. That's what it boils down to. So because they're money greedy, no other sanctioning body asked for that much money, by the way, if any. I don't think IBF asked for any. They're pretty much saying that we're better than the rest of them, we're more credible, and they're going to strip him of his belt that he just beat apparently the best cruiserweight, welterweight from wherever he is up and down. They're just going to take that belt from him because he's not going to pay the $300K. I will say Terrence Crawford kind of reacted in an a-hole-ish manner as well, so he's not fully out of the woodworks either. He went on a whole rant on Twitter. He posted a bunch of videos. He's not happy about it, as he shouldn't be, but I think he went a little bit far. But WBC thinking they have this overall, like, I don't know, they have a god complex. They think they're the best ones and that they deserve to be paid all this money and a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, I think they fucked up, and I think there's going to be a change in their upper management coming soon
yeah,
because of this situation.
I think this is a win for the newer promotions because, like, uh, the old promotions, the old days of boxing's heyday, uh, it's dead. It's been dead, and it's starting to resurge a little bit. But it's mostly the influencers and the doing their own promotions. So then the old school boxing companies are starting to get a little rub with that. But it's like Terrence Crawford kind of putting his foot down and not paying the bullshit taxing or whatever you want to call that. That's a win for like a Jake Paul promotion and those type of guys because that just shows us like they can put on fights without taxing people and paying the fighters and and it just happens usually those fights just happen. So it's like
Does anybody know has there been a release purse or something about how much Terrence made for that fight
Oh,
against
millions,
Canelo?
like tens of millions. I think he walked out 56 million after taxes.
Okay,
So he
so I
has
have a
the money. It's more on principle.
yeah, so I have a question to pose then. If a boxer like him and Canelo, let's say, left and went to, let's even just throw it out there like Misfits Boxing and fought for them, do you think they would be able to revenue more money?
yes.
They would walk out with way more money. Way more money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Reasoning behind that is Misfits is one promotion. They don't do WBO, they don't do WBC, they don't do any of that. So when a promotion puts on so Netflix, they were the promoter for this fight. When they put on a fight like this, they have to pay all of those promotions. They have to pay all three of them, all four. I think there was like 6 or 7 different belts on the line. So they have to pay a certain percentage per belt. They have to pay promotional fees. They have to pay licensing fees from every single one of these promoters or whatever sanctioning bodies. With Misfits, it's one, and they're going to promote their own show. So that's more money to the fighter's pocket. That's less money in corporate greed, and that's less control over, oh, you don't have enough money? Well, we're not going to accept your fight. And one thing I want to add on as well, this was not Terrence Crawford's belt beforehand. This is a belt that Terrence Crawford is being paid by Netflix to go and fight for on Netflix's broadcast under their promotion. So who is WBC to say, yeah, you're fighting our champion. If you win it, now you have to pay us money? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't WBC be paying Terrence Crawford money?
I think it's just boxing and the way the belts work is just weird. I think that they should do it more like a sports entertainment WWE thing. It's like just you don't defend your title unless it's within the promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't fight for the title unless you're contracted under the promotion. So it's like I don't know if that's what I kind of got. That's what you from what you explained. Like Terrence Crawford won a belt that he's not even associated with. So that's where it got weird. So it's like that's weird in itself.
Well,
Now,
it's go ahead.
do you think this will push fighters to leave like OG promotions like that to try to venture out into new promotions as well as well, no, that's really
Yeah,
just it.
I think Terrence Howard should be the face of a new promotion, or a promotion.
So
All joking aside, I really
I
do
may have
believe that.
explained it wrong. They're not the promoters. So Netflix was a promoter, or Eddie Hearns is the promoter. They're the sanctioning body. So they're the ones that are saying, yeah, we believe Canelo and Terrence Crawford's a fair fight. We're going to sanction this fight. We're going to go ahead with this fight. The issue is that they're not governed by the government. They make their own rules. They have their own set of whatever they want to make.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's where
crooked.
the disconnect is with MMA and boxing. Yeah. So it's like they're literally. It'd be like if you're a champion in California and you go fight in Florida, it'd be like the California State Athletic Commission charging you money because you went and fought in another state while holding their belt, kind of thing. It just doesn't make sense.
Still is ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's so many weird rules with that in the states though. Like if you have a like one thing that like my cousin was telling me, some of you know backlog. Like when you have a vehicle and you move like so if you move from Florida where he did to Maryland at one point in his life, he bought the car in Florida and he had to pay taxes as if he just bought the car brand new because he wanted it registered in Maryland because he moved to Maryland. So he had to pay taxes on a brand new car even though it was years old. Like that's some crazy shit. That's just how weird state like moving state to state works. So it's like it's not completely like out of the ordinary for like weird United States things, but it's weird if you look at it. You know, you're like that is weird.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. These boxing guys, they're not operating out of it's not a Nevada state. It's not a Florida state. They're just there.
Well,
They have an
territories
operating
or
office.
whatever.
But, yeah, but it's not even that. They're valid everywhere. It's just a business. They're just a business who at some point someone said, yeah, they're credible enough to run everything or to have a brand enough to run. Like these guys,
You
they're
know,
not fighting under. I don't know. I have a bigger issue with boxing and than just this, but
is that NSAC though?
NSAC is just Nevada State Athletic Commission. Like they only control Nevada.
I was
That's what
about
I'm
to say
saying. Like
because
it's territory because WBC, what do they control?
All of boxing.
Oh,
Like they don't have a territory. They like so WBC, WBO, and IBF. They're all different belting federations. They all have their own ranking system. They all have their own champions. They all have their own everything. They like you can fight for whatever belt you want. They don't operate out of this territory or that territory. You could fight for the WC belt in Baltimore. You could fight for it in Florida. You could fight for it in England. They're just the sanctioning body. It's not based out of a certain
Yeah,
territory.
they need to fix that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if there wasn't a way to tell that I was a casual to boxing, it's now.
Well, I think even hardcores kind of don't even understand that shit sometimes. Dude, you know how many like older dudes who I said they grew up watching boxing and love boxing don't even understand how the point system works? You're like, what the? How are you such a good, like, such a hardcore fan and don't even understand how the fucking scoring system works?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Don't even get me started on that.
just to move on to my asshole of the week, I'm sure that you're gonna be surprised at this. Maybe you won't be. Mine is fucking Henry Cejudo. I'm so sick of that motherfucker at this point, bro. Y'all put him as your hero. To me, it's like, first of all, you're an asshole for taking a fight against a young hot prospect you should beat, but you're old now, so you're probably not gonna beat. And for all the shit he's been saying, bro, even the shit with him and fucking Brandon Moreno, I remember that shit was pretty nasty when it happened, man. I don't remember which one did it, but one of the other people went and trained with their opponent, even though they trained together regularly. I don't remember which one was the double crosser, but I remember thinking like, damn, that is kind of dirty. So the situation did not, it was not really like a, oh yeah, we're not friends anymore. No, it was like, yo, you're a fucking snake, dog. And I don't, like I said, I don't remember which one did it to which, but I remember whatever happened, it was pretty fucking dirty at the time. And so that's why I mean, I was already putting Henry Cejudo on there, but y'all talking him up and or not talking him up, but y'all telling me about what happened at the press conference and shit, it just kind of made it even worse. Like, yeah, fuck that motherfucker. Henry Cejudo had such potential and such fucking hype when he first started his career in UFC, and just kept falling short. And it's like, speaking of being short, that motherfucker's short. But you know what? I was looking at the what you call that shit? The reach? Reach ain't that bad. The difference. So I don't know, man. I think like Henry Cejudo's accolades and his skills, he should win. But I just think it's an asshole thing to take this fight. I think, especially your foot's already out the door. Just fucking give it. It's like people going up on Kill Tony and not being prepared. And they're like, oh, I just wanted to try it for the first time. They're like, why would you try it for the first time here? Why would you take somebody else's spot in the card when there's a bunch of other 135ers who want that spot, who would love to fight Talbot on a UFC 323? No, you want to have your big fucking retirement party. Fuck you, pussy. Retire quietly. You already retired before. How many times you gonna retire? How many times you want to be in the highlights? So yeah, you're an asshole.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I was holding all that in, motherfuckers. The whole time you guys kept talking about he's the hero of the week, both of y'all. And I'm like, there's so much shit I want to say right now, but I'm gonna save it because he really is an asshole of the week. So I'm just like, I don't want to get right into that while y'all were bringing him up on the hero.
Well, good save.
Man,
That was a-
what the fuck, bro? But that's pretty much my only asshole of the week. Really, I think that there's a lot of heroes this week, and maybe it's because it's the end of the year. Everybody wants to fucking look good. But I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna get disappointed. I don't think we as fans are gonna get disappointed in this weekend, the tomorrow night's card. And I'm so glad that it's not early. The last last card that was early, I think I missed like couple of the early fights because I didn't even wake up on time.
Yeah.
yeah. Before, because I think the next thing is locking the night. Before we get into that,
Yeah.
like, can I just go over, like, if you're a casual man, uh, as I was saying earlier, UFC 323 tomorrow is very underrated. If you're not aware, the first fight, I know Buddy doesn't really care for the guy. Myron Santos versus Muhammad Namath is a banger. You got Edson Barboza versus Jalen Turner. Marvin Vittori also fighting Bruno Ferreira. That's on the early prelims. And then on the prelims, you got Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan, Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres, Macy Barber versus Karine Silva. And the main card, that's not even main card yet. Main card's completely fire. If you're oblivious to the main card, God, man, just go look at it. It's not a disappointing card at all. It's
Yeah.
fire everywhere.
Yeah, and before we get into the locks, the picks, the underdog of the night, uh, I'm kind of throwing you on the spot here, but I'm gonna hit my bull while you talk. I'm putting you back in the spotlight, Afro. What are you planning on streaming? Maybe this weekend or the next week? What all? I know you've been doing where the winds meet, and a lot of us have been trying to get into that. Are you still playing where the winds meet? Give us a little stream promotion for us.
Yeah, so I know your boy's been away lately. I gotta take care of some business. It snows a crap ton here, so the sleep schedule's kind of been a little bit different of how I've been having to wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock every morning to make sure that my driveway's taken care of. Because other than that, like, oh, God, it's awful. Um, so I've been off, but you can catch me coming back on. Well, I would want to say Overwatch, but your boy got banned on Overwatch. When but I got different accounts, so I'll still be live on Overwatch. Where the winds meet, of course. The updates on there. Um, I'm still waiting for them to add some new stuff. I'm going around 100%ing the game. It's a fantastic game. I can guarantee you, I platinum uh, that game. If there's a platinum ability, I will platinum it. Um, Catch me on there. And I've been picking up Marvel Rivals, so you can also catch me streaming that. Yeah, I will. I feel confident enough streaming that game now. So
Right.
you
So
can catch me on there.
Hell yeah.
just to like kind of add to what Afro's saying, it's like me and Afro are in sync, man. Because like I've been away a little bit. I just streamed for the first time in a couple days yesterday. We both take a couple days off. I think we're feeling a little burnt out too, man. We were doing a lot of like early morning stuff, then late night stuff. Um, my father's death anniversary, whatever you want to call it, was on the 3rd. My mother, she's she just had her sister pass this year, so the death anniversary of my father really hit her hard. So it's a weird week for me altogether. And I look forward to seeing you guys who are watching this back right now. Like I look forward to seeing you guys in our lives, man. Look forward to seeing you guys pop in the Discord because I've been streaming a lot of just like because it's not really like stream, not no Twitch stream stuff, but like just me being super stoned playing fucking the old Red Dead. I never played that through, and I've been fucking playing the shit out of it. TJ can tell you, people like, dude, I can't believe you're still playing this. Like everybody popped in Discord, was like, yo, you still playing this game? I'm into that game right now.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
I even re-downloaded it, bro. You got me re-downloading it.
It's fun. I honestly, I think just just to say this, I think Red Dead 1 is better than 2. Something about it, just maybe it's a little bit more simple, but it's like it just feels more about killing and just getting it done. When there's too much shit to do in the second one, it's too open for me. For a gamer like me,
Yeah.
it's like I just want almost a straight line. I know it's not
Any
necessarily a
good game.
straight line, but like just point me in the direction, I'll do it. But yeah,
Yeah, you want a
Hell
more
yeah.
game. Heck yeah.
oh no, we'll be getting our rhythm back. Uh, with everything. End of the year, I see that we don't have many viewers right now, but it's holiday season, man. This is what happens. And but
Heck yeah.
if you're out there and you're lonely, we're in the Discord, so pop in there. We'll have some fun. We'll cheer holiday spirit with you. So
Hell yeah.
TJ, did you have any words before we get in there? I don't know if you have anything you want to discuss or anything before we go straight into the UFC again.
Nothing crazy right now. I am hoping to get an interview scheduled with somebody in the near future. I think I'm just gonna go my old tactic of watch some of these fight nights, message one of the guys in the prelims, and hope for the best kind of thing. So
Oh
be on
yeah.
the lookout for that. But I can jump right into lock of the night if you want. It's very simple.
Okay. Do it.
Marab. I mean, I don't really need to explain myself more than just Marab. This man's been 3 fights, all domination, all 3 fights against people who some people would say was supposed to beat them. It's supposed to beat him. So I think Peter Yan, someone he's already beaten decisively, if I remember correctly. It'll be Peter might get put up a bit more of a fight, knowing what to expect, but Marab is still Marab. So those takedowns, he might break his own record, which he got against Peter for most takedown attempts in this fight tomorrow.
Yeah.
Marab is just
49.
going to be, yeah.
It's funny because when I made my notes, normally I think about what you guys are gonna pick. I didn't even think. I just picked what I thought was mostly what just came to me. And obviously, like Marab's a hero of the week. Marab's a lock as this, most likely a lock for decision as well, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with that? That he's a lock for a decision?
Yeah,
Uh,
Peter's good enough to keep him away from the finish, but he's not good enough to keep him off of him.
I don't know with what Marab was saying, and how everybody was looking at Marab as well. I don't know if you guys were seeing a lot of the concerning posts about Marab's
Weight
visual
cut.
appearance, about his weight cut. Yeah, that he looks drained and stuff like that. I don't necessarily agree with all that shit. Marab's been doing this shit for a long time, so I think he's all right. I think he'll rehydrate correctly. Blah blah blah. You know all that. Um, but with what he was saying is that he wants to knock out Jan. I mean, and when has he said? Did he say that he wanted to knock out Umar?
No,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
as a
think he's ever.
joke.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever said that he's really wanted to knock somebody out. And he was like, "If I can't get him on the feet, I'll knock him out on the ground." Like, I think this is going to be a different Mirab. I think potentially we might see a finish here, boys.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
I hope you're
Welcome
right.
in,
I'd love to see
Swayze.
Marab.
By the way, I was typing it because I didn't want to say it out loud while Afro was typing. He said for our buddy Swayze in chat. He said Cejudo looked rough on the scale. Marab seemed okay. I thought. Well, you know, I don't know if we're gonna get into the whole debate of the main event because because you got a little debate. I thought it was gonna be all three of us agreeing, but it's it's notable to say that his weight cut's bad, but I don't know. I don't know that Marab. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, but I don't think Marab's gonna be the one that's gonna be that affected by a bad weight cut. But
Yeah.
so Marab is. You got me fucked up because you talking about that weight cut, you motherfucker.
Marab, when has Marab not had a bad weight cut though? Let's be honest.
Uh,
Every fight
yeah,
you come in
Oh,
looking on the scales looking like shit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't. I think.
the knockout
I think he'll
comment.
be.
That's insane. That's what I wanted to mention. So, how serious was his face when he said this?
No, he was serious. Like you gotta look at it. He was like, "I'm gonna knock you out."
Well,
No matter like it goes, if I can't get you on the feet, I'll take you down and I'll knock you out on the ground. Like he was like, I do think Jan um will be better prepared and everything, and that there's gonna be adjustments and everything that he's gonna have to make, but he wants to knock out Peter Yan. And I believe that.
eh,
I do believe that.
okay. Well, I
I believe
believe it
he
as
wants
well,
to.
and I believe that there's reason for it, and I'm going to tell you why, and then you might even agree. You probably will agree. His best friend, his fucking training partner. I know right now they don't train together all the time, but in the early days they did. Aljamain Sterling, who has fought Peter
Yeah.
Yan twice, right? They fought twice, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, who studied fucking Peter Yan for Aljamain Sterling to mimic Peter Yan? He knows Peter Yan inside and out probably by now, before he ever even got the matchup.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So maybe he's confident he got the knockout because he knows every fucking move this guy makes.
Like I said, I believe it. I believe that we'll see a knockout for real, even if it's late in the rounds, like fourth, fifth round. You
You
know,
got me more hyped about this fight than I originally was.
if Marab's able to get you down and control you on the ground, and then he's got the fucking, the punching ability behind it, and just ground and pound, like, bro, like, hey, what are you gonna do if he wants, but Jan was claiming that he was injured in the first fight, which is why he wasn't throwing as much. I don't know. Which also pissed Marab off, saying that he was creating excuses, and he asked him, he was like, "Are you healthy now? Are you healthy now? Because I don't
Yeah.
want any excuses. Are you healthy now?" And
Mhm.
so, um, it's gonna be an exciting fight for real. But I think Marab is for real gonna hunt for that knockout.
I believe Marab thinks he can get a knockout. I don't know if he can get a knockout. That's like so when knockout from the feet, absolutely not. TKO is a bit more possible, but I still don't think that's gonna,
Why couldn't he knock out Jan from the feet?
because Jan is a master of sport in boxing. Jan is a master of sport in the one combat sport where it's all about how to defend your head and how not to get hit on the feet. Marab is a master. I don't even think he's a master of sport in wrestling, but he might as well be. I think he can get a TKO on the feet or on the mat, but nothing on the feet.
You think Marab's biggest tool is his cardio. He can afford to be sloppy in the striking because he can run away and recover this and that and the other. That's the thing.
But can
Marab
he
can still
afford to be
beat him on the
sloppy
feet because
against
he can
Peter?
afford to be wild. He can afford to be crazy and throws and swing crazy because his cardio is so
Maybe in the
good.
fifth round. Early
Bro,
on against Peter Yan, if you throw crazy, you're gonna get clipped. You're gonna get clipped hard.
Yeah, Jan's got solid
after
boxing.
this podcast, I want one of us, maybe you TJ, to pull up unless you gotta go somewhere. You gotta pull up Marab versus fucking the bald Brazilian dude.
Marlon Moraes.
Yep. Watch that fight.
Okay, bro, come on.
Don't even tell
No,
me
that's
okay, bro, about Marlon Moraes. Marlon Moraes was literally one of the most dangerous motherfuckers on his heyday.
in his
Yeah,
heyday,
he was.
not when they had that fight.
When they had that fight,
Yeah, no, he
that was
was.
like the top. He was at his top.
He's Bob,
Isn't that
didn't
like
he?
wasn't that his last fight
No, he almost
in the
knocked out
UFC?
Marab. Huh?
Hold on. Let me go check something real quick. Isn't that his last Moraes' last fight in the UFC?
That's what he did. He slapped Aljo with a head kick.
He slept
A
out,
knee,
Joe.
a
But the
knee.
thing is Marab fought him too. But
Yeah.
the
I know
thing the thing I'm trying to or the point I'm trying to make from that fight, which I said we could go watch it later, is not only do we see that Marab has knockout ability in the feet in a way, and he will attack to the ground as well, but we
Yeah.
see Marab get caught hard and bad, and he recovers, and
Yeah, Marab.
that's a fight for Marab that I was like, that's a champ because he came back from
Yeah.
fucking getting the shit beat out of him.
Agreed. Oh yeah.
So like, yeah, I
So,
I
think
don't
that
know,
he's
bro.
willing to trade with somebody like Jan. That's all.
yeah. Yep.
Whether he
I
can or not.
forgot about his recovery.
Yeah. So I mean,
I forgot about that.
there's just there's a lot
Now
of
y'all got me
options.
questioning
Well, hold
myself,
on.
dude.
But his weight cut was bad, so his recovery and his cardio might be affected. You know,
Might
his
be.
chin could be a little bit chinnier because of the bad weight cut. That's always a possibility.
With Jan being a master of boxing, the body shots are fucking nasty for real, and he is solid with the hands for real. Early in the fight, fresh Jan is dangerous. He is slick with the hands. But Rob.
I feel like Marab's gonna be uh when I think about it, it's gonna be the easiest fight of his life. It's gonna be him fucking taking and controlling Jan the whole fight up against the fence in the clinch, taking him down, He'll be able to punch a little bit. He's gonna be playing. He's gonna be like his self. I think that I don't think that he's gonna risk. He's not gonna do anything too risky. He's gonna have fun in there, and then stay out of danger and win the fight that way. Welcome in, Trippy.
Yeah.
But that's
That's how I see it going.
we all see the fight as this almost the same in a way. Fucking Murad's probably
Yeah.
gonna be very cardio driven in his strategy.
Yep.
25 minutes. It's a 5-round fight, brother. He's like him and GSP. Women love him because they can go 25 minutes without finishing. Fucking. See, I get weird with the underdog, especially like calling it live underdog or whatever. But like, are we supposed to pick?
Oh well, you didn't even give me lock of the night, dog.
Oh, hold on. Let me just say this though. Just let me finish my thought. Do you guys feel like you have to pick a hard, like a big underdog or like a closed underdog? Like, because sometimes I'm like, this person is supposedly the favorite, and I'm like, I feel like they would be the underdog.
Listen, so how I go about that is I don't even check odds for real. I don't look at
Right?
the odds
That's
or
how
nothing.
I feel
I
we
look
should
at
do it.
the fight and I'm like, this is the guy who's supposed to win. This guy is probably the underdog of the fight. So this is the guy who I'm gonna pick as my underdog pick for the fights.
And then sometimes the odds are literally thinking the same as you. I noticed that because I do the same thing, and then I'll check the odds sometimes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Why would the odds be in this guy's favor? But the odds is all different now because we know that there's a lot of weird shit going on, and the FBI are investigating. So
And
we'll
they
just,
change.
like you said, we'll just keep that. Who's your lock though? Sorry about that. I do that to you a lot. Yeah.
So breaking on my lock, I actually want to throw a quick headline out there that I forgot to mention. Dricus Duplessis called out Brendan Allen. And pretty much disrespected Brendan Allen the way that Kayla did Ronda. I just wanted to throw that out there. I think that's funny and a good fight. So I'll be excited for that one. But for my lock of the night, um, man, it would be stupid of me not to go with Myron Santos being my lock of the night against Muhammad Naimov. Um, the kid's an up and coming prospect. I've watched his fights in the UFC. He's slick. He's got some things to work on, but he's a 22, 23-year-old kid. I know he's missed weight. He's got to tighten it the fuck up for real. Uh, I've also watched his fights in the LFA. Impressive. I can see him making it far in the UFC for real. And until he fights like someone skilled in the division, everyone that they're feeding to him, these people also joining the UFC and everything, it's bad news for real for him. This kid he's slick. He's tight with his Muay Thai. His kicking game is relentless for real. The leg kicks that he throws in these fights, man. Lethal intention for real. He wants to break your leg, and he throws a lot. He sneaks them in there, so I'm excited to see him fight again. And
Is this
so
the
quick.
first fighter of the night you're talking about again? I'm not trying to get on you. I just
Yeah.
making sure I'm on the right fighter.
This
I'm-
is the very first of the night.
I
and then,
promise
like,
you,
right
I'm
after-
definitely not missing that fight now. I'm so excited for that fight because I want to see this guy.
Well, not only that, but I think the second fight is Edson Barbosa.
If
So
it
it's
is,
like-
I never really miss the fights though. Anyway, especially when they're this time.
Yeah, so it's like if you're gonna tune in for Barbosa, you might as well watch the first fight, which is also gonna be good, and then just the whole card underrated. So yeah, I chose him for my pick of the night, man. I don't see him losing these fights until they give him someone skilled.
Oh yeah, and what's up, Josh? I see you. Welcome in. Thank you for showing up. I know it's late for you UK motherfuckers, but I just want to also say, Afro. I will also say that's a good lock because the weight cut, him coming in overweight, even though it was only a pound or whatever it was, it's like those lighter weight classes, those smaller amounts mean a lot more. It's a lot bigger percentage of the person. So him coming in overweight's good for his win streak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his opponent in the fight, but like I think this is gonna be if it's gonna drag out to a 3-round decision, it's gonna be a kickboxing match the entirety.
Yeah.
And he pushes the pace. He doesn't sit there and stand back and counter you the whole time, but he's got a beautiful he does have beautiful head movement and beautiful countering abilities. Uh I'm telling you, keep an eye out for that kid. I will be locked in from start to finish on the card. Be in Discord. I'll have it up.
Before we get into underdogs, since we all been talking this fight card up, everybody quickly look over the card. Chat, you can get involved too. What's your least favorite fight of the night that you think is gonna suck out of all the fights for the
Oh, and
night?
I don't even gotta look for that, honestly.
I say I didn't really
I
make
It's
that
an easy
decision
question.
earlier, so I'm looking real quick.
yeah,
But you guys go ahead and speak on it.
if you wanna keep
Mine's a pretty easy fight to take. And this is not shitting on either of these people. This is just based off of the caliber of the card and the kind of fights that these two people kind of bring. I'm just trying to figure out who the opponent is. Macy Barber versus Karine Silva. Why?
agree.
I mean, I'm not going to explain.
Okay, so
I'll
uh,
just keep it simple.
go ahead, Aaron.
Agreed, 100% agreed.
Yeah, so
Again, like I said, these two are entertaining fighters, especially from that sphere of, women's MMA, where a lot of those fights are point style fighting. These are two of the fighters that can get the job done. It's just based on the caliber of talent around the card and the kind of stylistic matchups that are on the card. I think this one's probably just going to be a bit of a sleeper.
okay, well, I'll just say it straight up. It's the only women's fight on the fucking card, and that's an obvious for most of us. So, me being me, I already eliminated that as even counting. I didn't even count it, but I'm not trying to shit on Afro's fighter, but it's because I'm not on him like Afro is. Afro's on this guy earlier than me. That fight is my fight that I'm sleeping on, but if we're counting the women's fight, it's obviously the women's fight. I could give a shit. I guess Macy Barber's probably gonna win, in my opinion, but who cares?
Silva because I'm a subber for sure. I'm not
Mm.
a bar.
So who wants to
It's
go
it's my
underdog
least.
first? Oh, you still on that? Sorry, I thought we was done with that. I thought you
No,
said your
we can
piece.
go on. Yeah.
I thought you
No,
said your
we're good.
piece. That's my bad.
No, you're good.
Who wants to go on underdogs? Who wants to go
I'll take
first?
it.
Do it.
Mine's a little bit controversial because of the age of this person, because of the caliber of opponents of the two people. Joshua Van. He's been I know Pantoja is the champion and he's been the champion, but I still feel like Van has been the one carrying the flag for this division the last half a year to a year. Whenever he's fighting, people are talking about him, putting more eyes on that fight, putting more eyes on that division. Whereas when Pantoja is fighting, he's the co-main event. People aren't really talking about that fight over the main event. Most of the time, people aren't even excited for the fight that Pantoja has. So, even already as an example with this fight, Joshua Van and Pantoja, there's already been more talk about it because Van's in the fight. I think Van has the skill. I think Van will end up being, even if he doesn't win tomorrow night, I think he will. But even if he doesn't, he will be champion, and he might go down as one of the best flyweights in the world, beyond DJ. Once he kind of settles into his age and gets that grown man body and shit, I think he has the ability to be a goat.
Mm.
Yeah. And still.
Right? I mean, I ain't
It's
even
the
trying to
obvious
go that hard.
answer. It's the obvious answer. But I think Van has the power to do it. It's just, can he do it right now?
So you and I agree, Afro, that Van ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, and still. I like Van, but and still.
I will say this though, just to speak on that the star ability or whatever, the stardom of him. This,
He's
uh,
got it.
I see that where he's kind of got that, like, he
Yeah.
falls into the gimmick of like a aura of a Connor, a Sean O'Malley. Like, there's more to just a fight. He's also exciting with like what he's doing. He showed up to the fight to watch after his fight the same night.
I feel like it'd be Brandon Royval.
Now he's got more star power than Brandon Royval.
No, you got to think of it like so. Brandon Royval, when he was moving on up to challenge for the belt and everything, right? He
Yeah.
had all the star power until
Oh,
he
okay.
faced the champ. And what happened when he faced the champ? Then the star power fell off. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be the same thing. I feel like he's got all the star power now, like Brandon Royval did. Faces the champ. Sorry, and then now you're fighting your way back up. But he's young. I don't know how old Brandon Royval is, but he's young enough to bounce back. And by the time he potentially bounces back, Pantoja might already be retired.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, because
Pantoja.
Joshua Van's gonna retire him tomorrow night.
To me, Pantoja falls into like a gimmick, almost like a Charles Oliveira, but like with a little bit of the viciousness of what's that dude's name that knocked out fucking Korean Zombie with the elbow like this?
Yeah.
Yair.
Yeah, so he's got like a Yair meets a Charles Oliveira gimmick or vibe about him. I don't
I
think he
feel like
needs to
he's
be
more.
too cocky. Who?
He don't. I don't feel like Van has.
No,
Anytime
I'm
I've
talking
ever
about
watched.
Pantoja, brother.
Okay,
I'm saying like
yeah.
that's what he reminds me of, like a Yair meets a Oliveira, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
yeah.
like, bro, he's a motherfucker. He don't really need to have the aura of Sean O'Malley because he's a motherfucker. He's got viciousness. He's got the, you know, he's very. I mean,
Yeah,
he goes for the finish, bro.
exactly. Agreed on that.
Like I said, well, to be fair, when my only argument towards the underdog is that he has the aura, it like I want Van to win, and I think he has the power to win. Common sense being common sense is kind of a Marab situation, but I do think I'll put it to you this way: out of the two fights, the two title fights, Van is the one to take the belt. Van has a better chance than Peter has, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think if I'm not, but if I was putting money, I'd put a little bit on Van.
I
I
don't know
almost
if
said
you
Yan.
guys
The
are
name's too
reading chat, but you guys probably will agree with Swayze. He said he would be ready for Pantoja if he changed his name to Joshua Van Halen.
Agreed.
That shit had me laughing, and like I was silently looking laughing because I didn't want to interrupt y'all. Who's your underdog,
So
Afro?
my underdog pick. So basically, I explained how I choose my underdogs. So my underdog pick is Terrence McKinney. He's facing Chris Duncan. I know Duncan is kind of God. Duncan's one of the heavy hitters like Dober and what was that other guy with the mullet? Uh,
Zach
sometimes.
Efron or something like that.
Yeah,
Toga.
yeah,
Sorry, Toga? No, he's on UFC.
yeah. UFC
Well,
fighter,
yeah,
like
you talking about he
he
going for the knockout, trying to hurt you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. This guy's gonna sleep you. You know, he's like a Dober esque guy. I feel like they're feeding Terrence McKinney to him because Terrence McKinney. I mean, he's on a streak now, but he can never really figure it out sometimes. So I feel like he is the underdog for this fight for real. But I would definitely choose Terrence McKinney for this fight. Uh, he's got the hands, he's got the speed. He should be able to light this guy up and stylistically. He does have those tools that you could see a star power UFC fighter having. You know, the spinning roundhouses, flying knees, cartwheel kicks, you know, everything that a casual would love to see being thrown in the cage, like almost a shittier MVP. So he's my underdog pick for real.
Right. And
Like so.
I don't know if you would agree with this, but one of the locks I was thinking about, I was potentially saying, but I didn't even say, was lock that McKinney versus I don't forgot the other guy's last name as not leaving the first round. Like that would be a good lock for a pick. Like
Mhm.
they probably won't leave the first round, bro.
Yeah, McKinney gets first round finishes. Like that's the thing that's impressive about McKinney is that all of his fights that he does win finishes first round.
I think he
They,
loses in the first round too usually.
that's the thing. Like like one of the other buddies on a little streak right now, like a 2-fight streak, something like that.
Yeah,
And yeah, so like I said, I feel like he's the underdog pick for that fight. They're feeding him to
I
this
fuck with
Duncan
it.
guy. But I choose him.
I fuck with that. Speaking of streaks, our boy Jimmy Thompson in the CCTV every Thursday, motherfuckers. Jimmy Thompson has been fucking defending that rat in a cage title. He don't give a fuck who he goes against. He defended it last night. He's gonna defend it next week. It's insane. Welcome in, Backlog. My underdog pick, and I don't even know if he's the underdog because I didn't look at the odds. I believe he's the underdog. Is Peyton Talbot because everything says that fucking Henry Cejudo should win, but even before I knew that he was retiring no matter what. That just solidifies that if Talbot's a fucking underdog, you need to fucking jump on that shit if you got money to put on him, because that means mentally he's already fucking out of the game. He literally
Yeah.
said that this is my last fight ever. So yeah, Talbot's gonna
I can-
beat that ass, bro.
I'm gonna check right now. I think Talbot's like a big favorite, like a very yeah.
Well,
Peyton is a minus 300 favorite.
okay, on paper, in my opinion, like I said, based on the accolades, Cejudo's the underdog, the favorite. But yeah, everybody sees what I sees at this point.
I was gonna tag on to that. So that's how I was approaching the fight too, because when I saw that, it surprised me. So I think that general like people who
It's like
know ball expect Henry to win because he should win. He was the better fighter. Is still to be determined, but he should win this fight. So I think it's a little bit disrespectful towards Henry, to be honest. There's good value in Henry tomorrow night. You ain't lying. Or in
Well,
Peyton, fuck.
yeah, I mean, maybe shit. If Henry is a big underdog, put some money on him, bro. If honestly, because like shit, he should win. Maybe he will. Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? Though, like it's like, hey, if you're just looking for a good underdog to pick, Henry would also be a good underdog in that fight. In this fight, I honestly do feel like Henry should win, but I don't think he will.
Yeah.
He should win it.
So where we at with this? Are we already at the what ifs?
Uh yeah, this is
I was
kind
just
of
making sure because I felt like I missed something.
uh maybe all right guys. Final projections for the champion fights. I still have for both champion fights. Uh and still man, Pantoja Yan, he defends. Marab and Yan or Van and Pantoja defended, and Marab and Yan defended.
It gets tricky with the Van and the Yan, right?
You're fucking with my head. We all know what you mean. And still, bro.
Yeah.
And still both of them,
Hold
bro.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. And you know what? We might as well. I mean, shit. I don't know how fast you guys are trying to go, but like all the good fights, we can give a quick prediction on. Do you guys want to do that? Like, who do you guys got? Let's start off with. I mean, first fight night, you guys probably all got Santos, right?
Yeah, I got Santos.
What about the
Yeah.
second fight of the night? We got Mansar Abdul Malik or Malik, I guess, versus Antonio Tripoli. The only thing I really know about Tripoli is he fucking sucks, and the other guy he's going against fucking is awesome. So I think he's the obvious pick in that. Is anybody in disagree?
He's an
I
8-0
got
record.
Manson.
First round knockout, yo.
Let's go.
What about this next fight? Is this light heavyweight bout? Do you guys know these guys? IB Aslan or this
Mm-mm.
other guy? So 6-0 versus 14-3. I just had to go with the 6-0 guy. I think that this Polish guy's got that Polish power. Maybe he's coming in with Jan Blachowicz. Maybe that's how it is.
Polish guy that I've seen fight on the Contender Series.
It is.
Oh, this dude's a fucking monster, bro.
Yeah.
This guy, oh, bro, he's a monster. Man,
And my
it'd be
order
hard to
might be
go
different
against.
than yours because I'm on Topology, by the way, for anybody following along.
I'm just looking at names, so it's fine.
So we got Edson Barboza versus Jalen Turner. Who do you guys got?
Jalen always drops the ball, bro. I'm going Edson.
Yeah. Part of me wants to say Jalen because I think he can get it done, but like Afro said, Jalen always drops the ball. So I think I'll take Edson.
Bro,
I'll never forgive.
it's so weird how opposite I am of you guys tonight. So I will say that I felt that similar feeling, but the other way around. I was like Edson Barboza should win. But then you know what I noticed is that Edson Barboza is damn near 40 years old. So I think
Mhm.
Father Time's
And he
catching up
looks
with that motherfucker. So I just said Turner's probably going to get a first round knockout because I think he's going to be a little slower than usual.
I
I
put
could see
money
that.
on a Jalen Turner first round knockout against whatever the 300 fight was, and then he knocked him down and walked away. So I'll never put anything else on that man. I'll never put any faith on that man.
Yeah, I thought both of these guys retired a few times too. That's a weird. It's a weird fight, but I think. Go
I
ahead.
thought Jalen did give. I'm not gonna lie. I swear I thought his last defeat, he said something about like giving it up.
Yeah,
He
like
put
or laid his gloves down or something weird. I remember.
something like that. Yeah, it was like a clear indication that he's retiring, and like even I agreed with it. I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, it's time for you to hang it up. But he always drops the ball for real. So I have to do Edson, even with him being old.
Well, speaking of retirement, Marvin Vittori's taking that fight against against Bruno Silva, who came in 3 pounds overweight. I mean, he'll probably lose and retire, in my opinion.
I think he's gonna get knocked out. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a bad knockout.
Yep. So
Yep.
we all agree there. What about Faraz Sahin versus Nazim Sadikov? Who you guys going with that
So
one?
I'm familiar with Faraz a little bit. If like he's a tall dude. Yeah, 6'1" with a 75-inch reach. Um, he keeps the distance, but in the fights that I've seen him in, his cardio kind of just awful, and he doesn't use a lot of good head movement. Where I'm not too familiar with this Nazim Sadikov guy. Um, he's 11-1, so this is a toss up for me for real. If I was looking at the record, I'd probably go with Nazim. Uh, but I've seen Faris fight, and he does keep the distance quite well. He's tall and lanky, so if this guy can't navigate the distance and his like lankiness and his reach, it might be a tough night for real.
Yeah. So this fight, it kind of looks to me like they're trying to give Zayam like that step up in talent. Steve kind of falls
Oh,
into
was I
that
say his name
genre of
wrong?
Russian fighter or Russian. I don't know. I don't even know
No,
how to say his name.
no, the Faris
Um,
guy
yeah. Um,
or
Sadikov
Fair.
kind of falls into that like genre of Russian area fighters who they prelim pay-per-view cards or the main card, those Russian Qatar Saudi cards. So he's not anybody who's on everybody's radar. He is good, but he hasn't proven to be anything else. I think Faras is going to take it, probably either breaking him down, taking him apart, finishing in the third, or Sadikov gets a submission. But I think the first is more likely.
So yeah, similar to you guys, I see things, but like I really look at this as like the end of the year card, man. I think that these fighters are thinking about that shit. They want to fucking they know this is a big card. Um, I think they're gonna go for it, and I think Sadikov is the tougher of the two. I think it's gonna be a fucking brawl on the beginning of the match, and I could see Sadikov winning it and getting a knockout. Because Faraz is good, but he's not. He's French, bro. You can't support the French.
All right.
You know what? I can't even argue with that. I can't argue.
So I just think Barber's gonna win a decision. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
I think Green might get a sub for real.
Okay. I mean, I think Barber has enough grappling and wrestling to keep that at like in her favor. But who knows?
Macy's been a minute. I think. I don't know. This is all I think. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck. I
Right.
don't care. I don't care.
So I went with Chris Duncan first round decision. I mean first round submission. Because Terrence McKinney is a bitch. He's not really a bitch, but I said that for Afro. But like I think that this fight could go either way. And I think that Terrence McKinney might just get wrapped up in something.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as that. They're both good. I think it's a 50-50 fight, but Chris definitely has the advantage when it comes to the ground game. Showed by, I think, McKinney's last loss. I think it was a submission loss. I think Duncan just takes him down and finishes him. It's not going to be a bad finish. I think he just gets out grappled.
I think Terrence is at this point in the career where he's so scared of the takedowns, where he's almost perfected grappling to not get taken down or to hit you first. So his hands are gonna be faster than Duncan's, and he's gonna fucking sleep him first round finish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Does he
Yeah.
break that Matt Bola record?
No, nothing beats that. I think there's definitely gonna be a filling out moment for the first second. I think Duncan's gonna feel comfortable enough to try to blitz, and that's typically where things go bad for Terrence's opponents is that he catches you coming in. So you gotta be able to navigate that length, and Terrence does know and is aware of how to use the length. It's just that he sucks. So it's like it's really a real like, is he gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it this time? Like, throw your hands, throw your hands. You're long enough to jump and hit him in the face with your knee. You've thrown flying knees before. Do it.
Yeah.
And when he gets stuck up, it can be a tough night for him. So, but when he does get the job done, man, it's fast and quick. Jimmy John's quick.
hmm You know what's funny is my high ass was just thinking, I can't see this fight leaving the first round either, forgetting it was literally that fight that we were talking about earlier. uh, one fight that I had trouble picking, but I just went with who I think is probably better in Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. I picked Dawson by decision, but like I think this is gonna be a really close fight.
I think it's gonna be same. Agreed. Agreed. I'm gonna keep it simple. Agreed.
Yeah. I can see Dawson maybe getting a sub, but he probably decision.
So I'm picking Jan Bohovic knockout second round. Do I think it's really gonna happen? Probably not, but that's what I'm rooting for like a motherfucker. Listen, Jan's from the old school days, you know? I'm just rooting for
No,
him. That's it. So
that's
you both got Broga or how you saying Bogdan?
yeah, bro. I think Bogdan's gonna touch Jan up a little bit early, and yeah, Polish powers, legendary power, cool. That's great. Bogdan is on a tear right now, and the way he's been tearing. I mean, it's only been I'll give it credit. It's only been like 2 to 3 fights, and he did lose to Volkan Oezdemir. Um, and that was a sub in like the second round, I believe, that he got subbed by. But ever since like that caught him off guard, uh, he destroyed some guy no one cares about anymore, and Ryan Spann
Hold
and
up.
Nikita Krylov. Yeah, so
Who got subbed by
the 3.
Uzdemir?
Uh,
That's
Bogdan.
why I got Jan.
Yeah. Bogdan got subbed by Uzdemir. I think that was his debut, maybe? Let me see.
How
Yeah,
did
it was
he
his
get
debut
another
in the
fight
UFC.
after that?
Mm-hmm. And I think
Yeah.
that goes to
Bro, Uzdemir
Dang, it
subbed
was
you?
okay, so he
I don't
debuted
think Uzdemir could
September
sub any of us.
maybe Uzdemir's been on a tear lately, he just slept Alonzo. So it was September 2nd of 2022. It was a round 1 submission though.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sticking with pick now after hearing that.
So
uh,
I take Jan submission,
you know,
and for those
Jan
exact, Afro
does-
presented it perfectly for me.
hey, great. Fantastic. Let me if Jan somehow pulls out a sub, bro, I'll eat every single one of my words tonight. But I don't think Jan will ever try to go for a sub, so Bogdan, first of all, doesn't have to worry about getting subbed.
What do you mean?
Uh,
Jan's got submission wins.
But great, fantastic for him. I don't see him trying to do that against Bogdan. Like, I think he's been all press conferences, he's been talking about knocking this motherfucker out. I don't think Jan has any
Okay.
interest in trying to grapple people for real. Uh, so he's gonna stand up and try to box and do his Polish power shit,
Tell
which is
that
cool.
tell that to Izzy
I can I
that
can
he don't
see
like to
Jan.
grapple. That Jan don't like to grapple. Tell that to Izzy.
Yeah, fair enough. But everyone already knew that about Izzy Bogdan. I think, like I said, I think he just got caught in that fight for real. I think he sleeps on. I do think he sleeps on. Like I said, he's on a 3-fight win streak right now, and the last 2 fights have been impressive wins. First of all, against Ryan Spann, we can't deny that man wasn't a prospect at the time. Like coming up, he was a name that everybody was talking about at a point. Um, nothing crazy. I'm not gonna say like he had star status like O'Malley, but he was a name everybody was talking about in the division coming up in the light heavyweight. And Bogdan destroyed him. And then Nikita Krylov, like, let's be honest, man. Like that was a name that people needed to put respect on in the first place.
So
And then he slept Nikita. Like, so
yeah, I mean,
it's like
you got a
the hand,
point.
the hands are there. I think it was a start, the debut at a big first of all, it was on a pay-per-view card. It was Cyril Gahn versus someone. Uh, to debut on a pay-per-view, I think he got caught in a sub, and maybe, like, that star, being in a big stage like that on a pay-per-view, like, yeah, maybe he got caught. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because after that, all 3 of the fights wins. So, I think Jan might be in danger here, for real.
Yeah, and I don't know if Bogdan is the actual underdog, but I would say that that's a good underdog to pick because I could definitely see him winning. Man, he's the younger guy, the more potential in his career at this point, compared to Jan. So it's like,
Yep,
yeah,
a deck.
of course he's a
Yeah,
good
definitely.
pick. I think we already kind of discussed Henry versus Talbot. Do you guys all have Talbot?
No, I have Cejudo.
Okay, tight.
Yeah, I think
I
Cejudo has a hard time dealing with the grappling of anybody good. So,
Okay.
you know, might be a grappler.
I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Part of me says like it's kind of like the conversation we had earlier. Cejudo should win. He is the better fighter, but the thing is the age, the 1 foot out the door. I think I'll take Talbot just because of the trajectory of their careers, but Henry can definitely get it done.
Yeah, and if Henry takes it serious, I feel like he can get it done. Like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, which Henry showed up, the cringy one or the serious one? The serious one will grapple the shit out of Peyton because watching any tape on Peyton, that's his fucking weakness. And even if he thinks that he can get grappled in on Cejudo's level of grappling, if it's like prime Cejudo's wrestling, bro, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. He'll take you down. He'll snap you down real quick. Um, so if that Cejudo comes up, like Talbot might be in for a night of grappling for real.
Be a long 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Which he's been in before because he can't
Damn
stop.
right he has.
So this next fight, Brandon Moreno versus Tiramisu, whatever his name is, the Japanese dude. For in my opinion, it's not who's gonna win; it's whether Moreno gets a finish or a decision win. And I think the safe choice is a decision win. It's only a 3-round fight. Moreno's got cardio for days. He's got wrestling. He's got striking. He can take the
Jab
fight
is
where he
beautiful.
needs to. You know, it's the fight's gonna be where he's gonna dictate where this fight goes.
I'm telling you, that 17-1 record, if Moreno's the underdog, I could see people looking at the record of Tatsuro and potentially him being a favorite. Um, so if Brandon Moreno's an underdog, that's a solid underdog pick.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way about this fight as I did the last one. Moreno should win. He's probably going to, well, he should win. He's probably going to win, but Tatsuro has the abilities to get it done as well. But I think Brandon just edges him out in every single category.
Yeah, and then
In the 3. Oh yeah.
so the next fight, most of us agree, I believe, or no, maybe not. I don't even know. But
I
for
think it's me and
Pantoja is clearly the better fighter. Um, I think he's gonna win by first round submission.
Dan.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think Pantoja is the kind of guy to test the waters to see what they like and what you know. He's not gonna play the game like I will. He's gonna go out there and look for the finish and take it.
Yep.
I'm blinded by the stardom. I got Van knockout, not early, but by knockout. Like the aura blinders are on.
What's his Rocky
And got
moment?
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess we're done with that one. So main event, we kind of already discussed it a lot. I don't, I
AS2,
don't see,
baby.
I don't see a world that Peter Yan wins this fight. But man, if he does, it does shake up the division pretty fun.
It does.
That too.
Do you think that
If
that Cejudo Talbot fight is contender potential there? Not at all.
no.
No.
Mm-mm.
If one knocks out the other and calls the fucking championship fight out, I think they'll get it. Who gets it
Nope.
over
I
them?
think
There's potential. The
Moreno.
winner of Song versus Sean Moreno.
If Moreno, I don't think they're in the same weight class, are they?
Yeah,
No, it's
Moreno's
Bantam to Black.
125.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hold on.
Yeah, song O'Malley.
Yeah.
I think they don't get me wrong, like it would be boring if it's O'Malley versus
Yeah.
Merab, but if it's O'Malley and Jan, then okay. First of all, Jan gets to get his get back from what he felt like it was a robbery from the first time around. Which I don't know if you guys remember that fight. I kind of agree. I'm kind of surprised that O'Malley won that bout, but I don't know. You know, so he would be able to get his get back, and since he has the belt, he would have the opportunity to sort of pick and choose. a little bit, but I think Marab would definitely get an instant rematch
If Talbot
first.
wins, I say that he fights Sandhagen next.
It's a good fight.
That's a good
I like
fight.
that.
If he can beat Cejudo, give him somebody in the top. Really,
Yeah, I agree.
like you're ready for the title if you can beat. You're ready for a title fight if you can beat Cejudo, in my opinion.
They might stall out just for the fight that everybody fucking tries to drool over, but we never get, which is Sanhagen versus O'Malley.
I think O'Malley is
Yeah.
half foot out the door as well. I think Marab took
Oh,
his soul.
yeah, yeah. I think he needs to pray about Jan winning. I think that's his only opportunity getting a shot back to the belt.
He needs to pack on some pounds and go up a weight class. He's tall as shit anyway, isn't he? Like,
Yeah,
he's at
Yeah.
least taller
yeah,
than all these 135ers.
yeah, yeah. Put on a little bit of weight and
So we're
just chill.
we're over here at 2 hours and 23 minutes in. Um, we have a few more little things we can get to, or we can call it here. What do you guys feel?
What are the few other things
Like
left?
we could get into a bunch of what ifs, and
I think
I didn't know if there was any notes that you wanted to go over that because I know my man took a lot of notes. He was showing off. I just want to make sure we got all that in there.
yeah, no, we went over everything. I think if anything, like we have about 7 minutes left. Uh, 6, 7 minutes left till the solid point of at least 2.5 hours. So why don't we open the floor to our viewers at the moment and present some what ifs? Like if you guys have some what ifs or anything, or if anybody has a what if, fill up the time to, you know, s- if everybody's down for it, of course.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I
So,
got one.
oh, go ahead.
Does any real quick then? Uh, does anybody feel like you would on any of the fight picks that we just made? Do you feel like you would make a different choice if there were pride rules?
uh, every Almost every fight would probably be a different pick, especially if you're talking about like how, what fashion and stuff like that. For me, for sure. But um, the thing is like we never know who would end up being a more vicious striker. Like, what if somebody that normally isn't a dangerous striker, and all of a sudden they can soccer kick you to the head while you're down, and they're the
I
ones that
don't
will
think
use it.
I don't think many of my picks would change. I think there would only be like a couple picks that would. Let's see. I'm taking a look through now through the main card, and I think the only one that would change for me on the main card would be Peyton versus Cejudo. I think that would be the only fight that I would switch up on for pride rules. I think Marab would stomp fucking Jan's face in after he takes him down. I think Pantoja would do the same. I think Moreno definitely wouldn't. I think it would almost be the same exact fight that I'm expecting with Moreno. Uh, if he just gets a soccer kick, then it's there, I guess. I don't know. Um, Same fight with Blachowicz and Bogdan for real. I think the Henry Cejudo and Payton one would just be the only one different because Payton has a chance to drop Cejudo, and then from there he could come in with some axe kicks and all that shit.
Though, so there's two that I would change. One, I would agree with Afro. I think Bogdan would win under Pride rules. Um, the second one is Moreno and Tatsuro. Only because Tyra's coming from Japan, where some promotions still use that rule set. So there may have been some fights in his career where he has had that kind of fight. So I think
Yeah,
he's more. He'd be more okay using that kind of rule. Be more comfortable getting back into it. Yeah, I still think Brandon would have a shot, but I think Tatsuro would be a lot more dangerous under that rule set than what he would be going into tomorrow as is.
hell yeah.
I think Jan Blachowicz is the tougher of the two. I just think that Bogdan has the youth of himself and his career on his side. But other than that, I think that like if it was like a fight to the death, I would definitely give Jan the fucking my pick. But I think like Bogdan has the potential with the youth and everything. Maybe he's got a little bit extra pep in his step or something. But I think man to man, Jan Bohovic is the manlier man.
I just like the if they were to fight to the death.
Yeah, that's what you got. That's what we got to think of this as. If they was to fight and there was nobody there to split them up, who would come out alive? You know. That's why, like sometimes I criticize Marab's style. It's still entertaining for how he does it, but using your cardio as your main tool is not actually necessarily putting people in danger. He's just kind of goofing on them.
Hmm.
Yeah. So does
Yeah.
anybody other have any? I guess what ifs? Chat? Anything?
Looks like
I have two. One I think I'm gonna save until next week because I'm a little bit high and I'm not really into that in-depth conversation right now. The second one, what if they put every single UFC champion, they lock them into a room and they're forced to fight one on one, until there's one person left standing. Who makes it out alive?
well, there's so many
Now is this
variables.
No
like
variables. They're just thrown into a room. They're wearing their fight kit, no gloves,
Yeah,
just
but
hands and
who
feet.
fights who first? This and that and the other.
We'll go.
See, that's what I'm
We'll go
saying.
the
There's so
closest
many
weight
variables.
to each other. So bantam would fight flyweight, featherweight fight lightweight, welter
I
and
think
middleweight,
Jones
light
would. I
heavyweight.
think Jones would fucking kill everyone. Yes.
yeah, I think
Jones isn't a champion. Jones
Yeah,
is
he
not a
is.
champion right now.
He's the people's
Nope.
champion.
Okay, fair enough. He's got the
okay.
fucking rock belt.
Active champions.
Current champions. Who's champion right now?
Are you considering BMF as well?
Uh, sure.
Okay, so that would be Taporia still right there because he's BMF, right? Who the fuck holds the
Holloway.
BMF?
Holloway still BMF. That wasn't up for grabs in that fight.
See, it's not. It's
Yeah,
not
but
fair
like,
because we don't have a current heavyweight champ.
Well, that's
So
why I was thinking about that when I asked the what if, or when I wrote up the what if, because
Ash calls
everybody would
out.
immediately. Well, the heavyweight belt's vacant right now. Neither of them are technically champion because Jones vacated and that fight was supposed to be for the belt. Unless no, wait, did they give it to Tom? Did they just straight up give it to Tom?
Yeah,
I
didn't he
can't
throw it?
remember.
I don't know. I
who
don't remember that.
cares?
So heavyweights out. All right, all right. Heavyweights out. Heavyweights out, and it's light heavyweight.
Hey, thanks
What?
for the follow, Kim.
Or what's between? Was
I
it
guess
welterweight?
Pereira.
180.
Pereira to win. He'd beat everybody. He'd be the heaviest weight, probably more than likely.
Yeah, middleweight and light heavy. Right.
I mean, maybe Chimaev
Um.
if he beats Pereira.
Yeah.
That's who I was gonna have. It's just Chimaev.
Yeah, I think Chimaev. Yeah, because it's only the bigger weight class is clearly going to be the one that is a final. Um.
Let's be inclusive. Kayla Harrison could win.
All right. Yeah.
We did that for the new follower. Unless that's a
Valentinko.
man's name, but I assumed it was Kim. Hit Kim Bad Mos. What's that mean? MOS. What's that stand for?
Uh.
Bad motherfuck. No,
I,
you
isn't
can't.
that MOS like relating to the military or something? Like, what's your MOS? That kind of
Oh,
shit.
military service. Well, either way, welcome in. Thank you for the follow.
Yay.
Any last words?
Uh. Huh? Uh. Did you have a what if?
Uh, like not really.
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh,
I,
no?
I say I think we said enough today.
Oh yeah.
And if anybody wants to continue the conversation, hang out with us. I don't know if Afro's gonna go live. I am not gonna go live after this for the night. I'm just gonna go in Discord and hang out. So either way, we'll be watching the fights tomorrow live in Discord as well. If you want to join us for the watch party. Afro, you're gonna be going live, or you're just gonna be hanging out, or going off for the night?
I'm I will be going live tomorrow night.
Tight. Tomorrow night. Look out for us to be live. What if Marab
Hell yeah.
illegally needs Peter? It's payback.
I like that.
Swayze, pop in the Discord, man. You never be in the Discord. Everybody be like, "Where's Swayze?" Hey, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you next